What's going on, Jets fans? Welcome into NYJ today. We have got a Friday night play-by-play of the Jets versus Eagles preseason game. It got delayed. If you've been living under a rock for the last, 30 minutes or so, the game was delayed to 8 o'clock. It'll kick off then. And so we're just here, we're just sitting here and we're going to just talk a little bit of Jets football because right now, we are looking at potentially seeing pretty much all of the backups tonight. We're not expected to see We're not expected to see Zach Wilson tonight. Corey Davis, as far as I understand, Jamison Crowder. These are all guys that are not in uniform. They are wearing street clothes. And so, yeah, the rain has stopped Rusty Spooner. And I think that I read something that suggests that maybe Saleh really did want to play the starters in this game, kind of like what he had said earlier in the week. But I think that he's being cautious here, trying to, be very, very careful. The field, again, if you didn't hear about this, the field was bubbling. There were literally mounds on the field forming. And I would assume because water got underneath of the field turf. And so I'm sure Robert Saleh saw that and said, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and say no starters, which, again, to me, I thought that was the right decision from the beginning. I didn't think that Zach Wilson needed to play tonight. There are people who disagree with that take, and that's totally fair and fine. For me personally, though, I would prefer to just watch the backups, not only to, keep our starters safe and healthy, but also give those guys an opportunity to be seen and to really see who the best of the best is on our roster. They're going to have to make decisions in just a couple of days. The cut down date is the 31st. So you're looking at about 3 days after the game. They're going to have to make all of their cuts. And so it's going to be very, very interesting now that we will see predominantly backups. We're going to be able to really see, who are the guys that should stay on this team, and then maybe even who are the guys that should make the practice squad. Zachary Berner, thanks for joining me. He says, I feel bad for Zach Wilson's mom. Came to the game to see her son. He is not playing, but it is the smart choice. That would suck as a parent because I don't think that she's been to a Jets game in person. But I will say this, that family, I would imagine, first of all, it's not gonna hurt them because they have a boatload of money. But second of all, they're gonna get their opportunities to see him during the regular season. And so, yeah, Matt Patterson, it's good to see you in the chat. Mr. Twitter man himself, it's good to see you. So the official word is that he is in street clothing, not warming up, not going to play. I do feel like that's the right move. Yep, Jets gang, it's good to see you. I've been saying that since Wednesday. It's a compliment. I swear, it's not an insult. Twitter man, it's funny because I recognize some names, but mostly it's your profile picture. I remember you posting that on Twitter, so no worries. Stephen Engel. Dude, I didn't get flack for it online today, but there were definitely some people who really disagree with my take and with your take as well that we shouldn't be playing the starters in this game. And again, I don't want to see anybody else get hurt. We're already pretty much ravaged on defense. No, Yeboah was not cut. My question, or the poll question, I should say, was which player being cut would hurt you the most? So if Kenny Yeboah got cut, would that sting? That's basically it's basically what I'm saying. Gitmo Bob, listen, buddy. I think we talked about it in the comments. There is never going to be a time where I will have a problem with you disagreeing with me. I will always talk to you about it. Anybody, really. As long as you're respectful and you have a clear take and example or reasoning behind what you're saying, I'll listen to anything pretty much. I'm agreeing with you, Jets gang. Let's let everybody just get healthy. players like Jared Davis are not going to be able to play week 1. Players we know that are out for the season clearly aren't going to be playing week 1, but it's really about those nicks and bruises that come through training camp. They're going to need to get some health, get healthy. And so I am of the mindset, just like you, let's just let these guys rest. And again, think about it from this perspective, guys. Zach Wilson's a rookie, and he came into the preseason, and there were really very, very few things that I wanted to see. And he accomplished those things, limiting the pre-snap penalties. He did that. I think we only had one, which is remarkably good. Limiting mistakes, getting the ball out quickly, not getting hit a lot. Those were the things that I was saying, before the Giants-Jets preseason game. And I'm just super grateful that he did those things and he kind of checked all those boxes. Everaldo, you are not the only person that is saying that. Trust me, I've been on back and forth on Twitter all day long. So, again, you're not the only one that thinks that, so no big deal. Just because you disagree a little bit with what I'm saying, not a problem. What's up, Grant? Good to see you. Grant's got a following. Thank you very much. Hit the like button, guys. We got 23 people in here. Let's get this thing started off right. Okay, let's talk a little bit about players that you are excited, interested in seeing play tonight. Guys that are on the bubble, because that is pretty much what we're going to be looking at tonight. I'm really interested in players. I think I said in my video that I posted last night, the tight end group is super interesting to me. Daniel Brown, Ryan Griffin, Kenny Yeboah. Which of those dudes, if any, are making the team? Cornerbacks, Jason Pinnock. He's had a pretty quiet preseason, pretty quiet training camp. I'm not saying he's going to get cut, but I'd like to see him, make a claim that he should be kept on the roster over some other guys. Lamar Jackson, cornerback. We've got, his name is slipping me, Isaiah Dunn, undrafted free agent. Is he going to make a play or two tonight to kind of make a claim for being kept on the practice squad or the 53-man roster? Again, just because they get cut or, moved to the practice squad, that's not a bad thing. If they get moved to the practice squad, they're a part of the team. And if injuries happen during the season, you will see people being moved from the practice squad to the active roster. So I would not be shocked if Isaiah Dunn got moved to the practice squad if he has a nice game tonight. Wouldn't shock me if Kenny Yeboah gets moved to the practice squad with a solid game tonight. And I see those guys getting a lot of run tonight. Who wouldn't want to see their shiny new toy? Definitely. Listen, man, there's a ton on offense. We know them all. We know all the names. We didn't get to see Elijah Moore. Just wait till week 1, man. Wait till week 1. It's going to be a treat. He's going to get healthy. I believe AVT, Elijah Moore, Denzel Mims. I think all these guys are going to be ready to roll for that first game versus the Panthers. Yeah, it's hard to not look at the tight end group and not only feel a little bit frustrated because it's not very talented, but also not be able to recognize that there's some serious, competition going on in this last game. What wide receivers are playing tonight? One bad slip could make a spot for another player. Kind of situation out there today. Yeah, I agree with you. I think that the wide receivers that I'm paying attention to, and again, I've said it, so if you watch the video, I do apologize, but Braxton Berrios, Vincent Smith, to me, that's, wide receiver 6 and 7. You could kind of swap them at either spot. Are they going to keep 7 wide receivers? I personally don't see that happening. I would rather just keep 6. But there are people out there who are just absolutely crazy for Braxton Berrios, and they would rather keep 7 wide receivers than cut him. So I'm interested. I think that personally I would keep only 6, but it's going to be interesting to see, man. You're right, Zachary. Jeff Smith is in that conversation. There's a couple of other dudes, but I think those 3 are the ones competing tonight. Jeff Smith's going to get a ton of playing time tonight. Eagle Fang. Wow, that's a massive chat. Let's tone that back, shall we? He says, thank the football gods that Zach Wilson is not playing And on a serious note, prayers for New Orleans is about to get slammed by a Category 5 hurricane. There is Jets fans all around the world, even in New Orleans. And when you're talking about an event like that, you're really not even worried about whose fans or whose. You're right, though. That's bad. I didn't hear that. Not good. We know that area has been hit before, obviously. Johnny Jets, great comment, great point. I didn't mention it in my video yesterday, but there's definitely a competition, and I believe, from what I understand about the situation, George Fant has a realistic shot to win the right tackle job. And when they signed Morgan Moses, I was like, it's done. Morgan Moses, unless he falls on his face, he's going to win this starting job. But that hasn't been the case. George Fant didn't back down from the competition. And Morgan Moses, I don't think he's been terrible, but I don't think he's been as stout as maybe I had envisioned him being. So it will be interesting to watch now. I think that they will probably start both of them tonight. You might even see George Fant on the left tackle and Morgan Moses still at the right tackle, and both of them being out there at the same time. Grant Rude, if they keep 7, which is possible, I say it's an indication that Crowder is going to get traded before the season's end. That could be. That's a good scenario as well. Hadn't really thought about that. If they do keep 7 wide receivers, they might be thinking to themselves, we're probably going to deal Crowder at some point before the trade deadline. Let's go ahead and hold 7. That way when we do trade him, we're still, have some depth. Harry W., that's, if you've been watching the channel, Chad, who is on our show every Sunday night, that's his phrase, man. Put him in bubble wrap. Put Zach in bubble wrap. Let him, listen, mental reps. I know people want to sit here and say, like, the physical reps are important. He needs to get game experience. There is no game experience that can be replicated. I understand that preseason is still more, competitive than a practice perhaps. But it's kind of like the jump from the regular season to the playoffs. They always talk about how the game changes when they hit the playoffs. And that's kind of how I see it, the same thing. The preseason, there's going to be a jump from preseason football to regular season football. He can get reps in the preseason. There's nothing wrong with that. But there's no recreating that situation. So the mental reps, to me, the repetition that he's getting at practice is more valuable or just as valuable as preseason games. I don't think that's a wild take to me personally. Good. We got some good comments tonight. Gitmo says Moses and Fant might be the only healthy left defensive tackles left on the team. I think, is Chuma Edoga, is he hurt? If he's hurt, then you probably are right, because we also lost the tackle, McDermott. A Tosh.0 joke. No worries. Yeah, Zachary, great comment. David Moore, the guard that we picked up, he was a very, very popular name at the Senior Bowl. Did very well, and he showed well, I should say. So if he has a good game, he could make the roster. I don't think the Jets will... I don't think they would bother putting him on the practice squad because they'll probably lose him. So my guess would be is they put him on the active roster or they just cut him outright. Yep, bubble wrap. Got to keep that baby safe. Let's see. He will be ready. I've seen him out here for 3 years. He is relentless on prep, study, and he is ready. That's how I see it too, Matt. And I haven't been watching Zach Wilson as much as you have, but I will say the aggression that he takes towards preparation, again, from what we've read and from what we've heard, it's like he's relentless. And I think that's why I say I'm not real worried about him not playing tonight, because those mental reps is going to get him ready. He seems to physically be ready, guys. I mean, we saw him versus the Packers. So I don't know, man. I just feel like he's good to go in the physical form. He just needs to get his mental aspect right. He can now start preparing for the Panthers. I mean, that's big. He's going to study a lot before that game. You're not wrong, Steven. He has struggled since we drafted him out of USC. 100% agree. What else can Zach Wilson show in a preseason game? The next step is going against actual NFL defensive schemes. In between, just stay healthy. Right, that's the other thing we're not talking about here. And again, there are people who disagree with me, and no disrespect to those people. But just think about it in this regard. The preseason, the scheming that they're doing, like Grant Rude just mentioned, it's not the same thing. It's night and day, guys. They're going to game plan. They don't make game plans for preseason games. They aren't studying these players. Maybe the individual players are studying their opponents, but there's no preparation really going into this as far as schematics goes. So you're right. He doesn't learn more. He just is getting more physical reps, in my opinion. And as I have said, the risk far outweighs the reward. It's a minimal reward at best. McDonald Grisette, it's good to see you. Feeney has actually looked good, surprisingly enough. There are people who disagree with that take. What part of it, his game, have you noticed? Do you see him, excelling in the run game, run blocking or pass protection? I'd be interested to hear your take, McDonald. Good to see you in the chat. By the way, we got about 38 people in here right now. Go ahead and do me a favor. Jet up that like button. We're going to be starting the game very, very soon. It's about 14 minutes till kickoff. Continue to load up the chat, and I will read your comments, guys, and we will be ready to watch this game in just a couple of minutes. I agree. I can't wait. It feels almost like the opposite of a draft, if you will. Like the draft, we're adding players, and in this case, we're losing players. It's going to be really, really interesting to see who are the people that we are counting on this football team this season. And I can't wait to see it. I have not heard a QB so young with this much maturity from Zach. I would say that, to be fair, and I'm not disagreeing with you, he has a ton of maturity. To be fair to Sam Darnold, he was a pretty mature dude. But there's also, there's just some subtle differences between the two players. I think that Darnold was a quiet leader, and I think that Zach Wilson will eventually become a pretty vocal dude. And he has, I know it's maybe a phrase that people don't want to hear, but he's got swag. He has moxie, and I think that people feed off of that energy. And so that's kind of what, and again, I agree with you. He does have a ton of maturity. Eagle Fang, Robbie Sabo tweeted, in short, no Zach Wilson or Mike White. Others who will be sitting include Becton, AVT, Tevin Coleman, Corey Davis, Marcus May, CJ Mosley, Connor McGovern, Greg Van Roten, Elijah Moore, Quinnen Williams, Jonathan Franklin Myers, Rankins, Croft. These are all key players and starters on this football team. And so if you were hoping to watch these guys tonight, I apologize, but I'm very, very happy. This is a good thing to me. I think that the team did not need to risk it. And again, if you haven't seen the pictures of the MetLife field, go ahead and go on Google or on Twitter. The field was bubbling. Literally, it was like there was like mounds, the field was rising in some spots. So why risk it? Why risk it? I don't think it's really about the rain as much as it is the field. So I like the decision. Johnny Jets, he says, yeah, once the Eagles came out and said they were sitting their starters as well, Zach has nothing left to prove. If they were playing their ones and the weather was nice, maybe it would be different. Definitely. Not wrong in that regard. Zachary Burner. I want a lot of field goals, and the real fans know why. I will say this, and I said it in my video last night, if Amendola has a solid game, he doesn't need to be perfect. If he misses 1 field goal out of 4, no big deal. Even if he hit 2 out of 3, that's okay. Like, it's not great, but it's not terrible. If he has a decent game tonight, he will make the team and he will be the week 1 starter. I don't think they will move on from him. If he has a really bad game, they might consider making a move after cuts. And I'd be interested to see what you guys have to say about that in the chat. What if he's 1 for 3, misses an extra point, like a really bad game? Are you willing then to move to maybe what the hell is his name? Jose Borregales. Would you rather move to him? Yeah, dude. Very, very proud. Very, very excited as well. McDonald Grisette. He says, I am not worried about Zach and the offense. I worry about the defense and an edge rusher. You are not alone. I got, not attacked, but I got some people going after me because of the injury to Lawson. I said that I was concerned. The pass rush took a hit, no doubt. We now lost Vinny Curry, the other veteran at the edge position. And so right now we're looking at Jonathan Franklin Myers, who I like very much. Think he's on the upswing. Bryce Huff, who I also see on the upswing. But they are unproven as starters. We have behind them Hamilka Rashid Jr., undrafted free agent. And we also have Jabari Zuniga, 3rd round draft pick, but hasn't done a lick in the NFL. So to say that the edge position is unproven and, again, probably a weakness on the team, I think is fair. And I think it's also fair to be concerned. That's with Nielsen, right? Oh, my God. He was so funny. My favorite movies were the... I can't remember the name of the movie. Oh God, it was so funny. The movie where he was like a spy, not a spy, like a cop. He was a cop. If somebody can put the name of that movie in the chat, I would really appreciate it. Those movies were hilarious. Let's see. Yeah, Johnny Jets, I see the same thing. He's definitely going to be tested tonight. And again, even if the field wasn't wet or whatever, he was going to be tested tonight regardless. The situation is high for him. This is not just a regular preseason game for him. He needs to do well. He doesn't need to be perfect, but he needs to do well tonight to be able to keep his job. The Swing Maker. I thought the Jets game was on TV. Depending on where you are, it could have been blacked out. I live in Maryland, and I cannot watch the game on NFL Network because of it was blacked out. So I have to watch it on NFL Game Pass. Speaking of which, we're about 7 minutes away now, guys, so not too much longer. Thanks for loading the comments up. You've made it very, very easy. Area 49ers, you and me both, man. I would love that. That would be a great game, wouldn't it? Maybe not this year, but maybe in the near future. Saleh versus his old team, LaFleur. Just remember, Rex had Sanchez play in a meaningless game with third-team players and flushed the whole season away. Which, again, is why I have been saying all week, starting on Wednesday and maybe even on Sunday after the Packers game, what does he need? Why do we need to risk this? And I get it. Like, some people are saying there's risk in every game. He could get hurt in week 1, and that's true. But technically you are minimizing risk by not playing him tonight. That part I don't really get. Saying that he could get hurt in the regular season, like, duh, hello, I know. I got it. That doesn't mean that there's not risk in playing him in a game like this tonight. And that's exactly right, Gitmo. Thanks for the watch party. I get no TV or radio in Upstate, always blacked out. Lindles, that's why I do this, because I know some people just don't get the game. I will broadcast the game cast on ESPN, but I'll be doing play-by-play, so you won't be able to watch those plays live, and so I'll try to paint a picture for all of you people out there right now to give you an idea of what's actually happening on the field. Sam Darnold is playing well. Is he playing right now? Is he playing in week 3 of the preseason? He hasn't played at all in the preseason prior. I think he's only thrown 2 passes prior to tonight. So if he's playing right now, that's good. And honestly, as a 4th-year quarterback, he should play well in the preseason. So glad that Saleh isn't taking the chances on his players. Hey, buddy, good to see you too. Thanks again for hosting, providing the channel. Dude, that's why I did this. It's to engage with fans, so I appreciate you thanking me. I enjoy it. Yes, very cool to meet you. Yes. Let's see. Smart move by Saleh. He showed he has a smart common sense of the game. Thank you, Coach Saleh. Don't risk it. Let's see. Okay, so the Panthers are playing on Game Pass. If anybody wants to drop Sam Darnold's stat line, that would be cool. I don't have it in front of me right now, but I'd love to see how he's doing. McDonald, he came back to the comment from before. He says, Feeney is holding his blocks. I thought he would be worse than he's been playing. There have been a couple of situations, McDonald, where I'll call you Mac. He basically like fell down. And it's never good for you to be on the ground as an offensive lineman. So I would have to rewatch all of the preseason games to agree or disagree with you. My understanding from people that I've talked with, they think he's done pretty poorly. But again, I'm not going to agree or disagree because I haven't done enough film study myself to make that proclamation. Daniel Yanez, he says, Steve Smith said Darnold was traumatized by the Jets, blaming the Jets for his happy feet, which is BS. Yeah, Darnold came into the NFL with bad fundamentals, and it did not improve with good coaching. I'm sorry, not with good coaching. It didn't improve with the coaching that he got in Jordan Palmer. You know, that was his guy in the offseason, and none of it changed. So part of this is on Darnold. We can talk about Darnold. But, yes, Naked Gun. That's it. Stephen Engel, I can always trust on you. That was a hilarious. I love those movies. They were so damn funny. All right. Does Herndon make the team? Yes. In my opinion, I think he does. Excuse me. Chad, who does the Sunday night post-game show with me, he thinks that he could get cut. And if you just look at where he's been playing in the lineup, he's been playing with the starters in the first half as tight end too. He threw a nice block for Zach Wilson on the play that everybody was oohing and awing about. The one where Zach Wilson kind of drifted left on a play action and then started rolling to the right and fired to Corey Davis. Herndon was the one that had the block. And I still believe he just needs some good coaching. I understand he had the injury year. He got suspended. Last year he had the yips. I just feel like he needs some good coaching. And if he gets it, I think we can get a decent tight end too out of him. And that's really all you could hope for at this point. Let's see. Ooh. Daniel Yanez said they went for it on 4th down. Instead of throwing it away, Darnold threw it into coverage. It's kind of what he does. That is the story of Sammy. Throwing it when there's really nothing there. And that's not, to me, that's not like a gunslinger. Like a lot of people say, oh, Sam's a gunslinger. I don't really agree with that. Joker X, no. Good to see you. It should be starting any second. The game was announced that it would start at 8 o'clock. So let's check NFL Game Pass. Let's see if it's going to let me get this going here. Almost. Not quite. Oh, it says it's live. Hold on. It's still loading. My screen looks like this. And sorry, it's a pink tablet. It's my daughter's. Trust me, she doesn't mind. For Vane, I think Ronald Blair can be quality if he's healthy. We need him to be healthy, and we also need him to help stop the run. Let me get this off the screen, and let me get my display up for you guys. So here we go. Here are the injuries, and honestly, it doesn't even really matter because we have so many players who aren't playing anyway. Salah's being interviewed right now. I got the game up right now, guys. So I will be doing the live play-by-play. If you're not able to watch the game, feel free to listen to me make an ass out of myself calling these plays. Let's see. Both Barnett and Sweat from Philly are young upside defensive ends that could be available for a trade. Spend a third on a guy that's made an NFL team versus getting a defensive end in the draft. I have no problem with spending a third-round pick on anybody who is still young and who has some talent. So I'm with you, man. I think it's worth the swing. I think it's worth the risk. I got to get out of these injuries. Okay, just waiting. The Jets are lining up to kick it off. Amendola pops it up in the air, and it will be a touchback. It landed 5 yards into the end zone. Let me make sure you guys can see the game cast on my screen. I don't want you to have to just listen to me talk. Okay, yeah, you can see it, right? If I move it, will that help at all? Here, let's see. That's a little better, right? Let's see about that. Pretty good. We'll roll with that for now. All right, let's get caught up here. Saw a quote from Sam's head coach saying he thinks he has something in Darnold. Is he about to be disappointed? He might be. 1st and 10 for the Eagles. They motion the running back. It's 3 wide, shotgun formation. They throw it quick to the running back. In the flat, he gets hit by the cornerback who is being blocked. It's a 2-yard loss for the Eagles. The running back ran into the back of the guy blocking. So it is a -2 on that first play for the Eagles. The Eagles. As for the poll, I am a Notre Dame fan, so I would miss Josh Adams. I agree. I actually wouldn't hate Josh Adams over LaMichael Pirine. I don't think that's going to happen, though. I think LaMichael, assuming he's not going to be out for a long time, will make the team, and Josh Adams will probably be cut. Shotgun formation. They didn't give him a loss on the play, which I find to be weird. Short throw. Oh, the guy, holy shit. The guy got tackled, but his knee didn't go down, so he kept running. He ended up getting like 15, 16 yards. Let me see who missed the tackle. It was Jamien Sherwood. So Jamien Sherwood had him, wrapped him up, but didn't pull him all the way to the ground, and so he got a big gain just then. It's a first down for the Eagles, and they are up to the 43-yard line now, their own 43, shotgun formation. It's a handoff. Jamien Sherwood again. He got knocked back a little bit, but he did make the tackle. Yes, Sherwood is starting, it appears, and he is the mic. Good experience for him, I would say, in case C.J. Mosley gets hurt. Hey, Christy Marie, it's good to see you. Happy Football Friday, everyone. Just praying everyone gets out of this game healthy. You and me both. Okay, it is 2nd and 6 at the 47-yard line of the Eagles. Shotgun, fake the handoff, play action. The pocket was completely collapsed by Fadakasi. And it's a 3-4-yard gain for Joe Flacco, scampering to the right sideline. Do you think we should seek an edge rusher or just hold on to the next draft? I think we should do both. Everybody on social media is always one way or it's no good. Like, I think both options are good options. Trade for somebody, don't give up a ton, and draft players, man. We need to do both things. I think trading is fair game, and I think that, drafting players obviously is a fair game as well. Shotgun formation, running back to the right, quick pass to the running back, completes it. I gotta be honest with you guys. Ooh. Oh my God. Terrible, terrible tackling on that play. Boston Scott just took it to the house. 49-yard touchdown. Jamien Sherwood got beat on coverage very, very fast. And then I'm going to look and see who the DB was because he got juked really badly. So Jamien Sherwood, he just took a bad angle and didn't get the tackle, guys. It's very simple stuff. 49. Oh, JT Hassel, the safety. Yikes. Yes, not a good look for him. Not a good look at all. The touchdown, giving up a touchdown it's going to happen. But that was an ugly series of plays there for Jamien. He didn't look good in coverage. I'll just be honest with you guys. And and it was just a bad angle. If you watch the play again, he was too shallow. He needed to be going upfield a little bit more. And then he could have potentially knocked him out of bounds. He ended up diving at his feet. Just a bad angle. Dennis, that is a fair take. This 4-3 defense is all about the defensive linemen creating all of the pass rush. And they put these linebackers in space. So the linebackers are responsible for not only covering, but covering a lot of ground. Man defense, they're going to be in zone sometimes, and they have to be able to hold up in the passing game. So that's a very good take by you, Dennis. Worth mentioning that, that is a big, big time responsibility of these linebackers. It's not so much about pass rush for linebackers in this defense, whereas in the 3-4, linebackers are very much, going to be blitzing and creating pressure. This defense, it's pretty much the opposite. They will blitz occasionally, but not often, and it's predominantly their job to cover in space. So very good very good comment by you. Not a whole lot of takeaways on that drive, guys, other than Jamien Sherwood just got a little bit lost in the sauce. So let me know what you guys think in the comments about that first drive. If you have any takes, there shouldn't be, too many. I am looking forward to seeing the offense. Sorry, I can't get my throat right. Christy, he's not playing at all. He is in street clothes. He is not playing tonight. And that was a decision that was made probably about an hour ago, maybe an hour and a half ago. Harriet W. Yes, I don't want it to be misconstrued how I'm saying it. He definitely has a lot to learn. And so I'm not trying to be critical of him, but I am going to be fair. He struggled on that drive in coverage, but again, like you said, still a ton to learn. But this is kind of what, Grant Rube, we've talked a lot about it. He's talked a lot about it. The defense could struggle this season, guys. We have a ton of young players on defense. Sherwood's a starter, I'm pretty sure. Berrios on the kick return. Gets out to the 29-yard line. He looks good. He has good speed. Berrios has nice speed. So Sherwood is young and he is learning, but he is going to play a lot on defense. And so looks like Josh Johnson is getting the start tonight. Kind of surprised by that. I would have thought James Morgan. I think James Morgan is a practice squad candidate. I formation. Eagles are showing a rush of 5. They run it. Looks like Ty Johnson for 4 yards off the right side. Yes, it is unfortunate that he's not playing. I think a lot of people were really looking forward to watching him play. You think Johnson sticks? Okay. I don't know. Will they keep 3 quarterbacks? I guess they could. I mean, some teams do that. Single back formation, under center, throws it, completes it to Keelan Cole, I believe, for the first down. It's a gain of 8. Let's see. Johnson knows the system. Frank, you're right. And, you know, maybe they do. I still think that it'd be better to keep just 2 and put Morgan on the practice squad. But if they feel like there's value in keeping Josh Johnson, play action, boot to the right, completes it to Vincent Smith for a first down. It was a really nice play by Josh Johnson. He looks pretty sharp right now, very accurate throwing the football. They definitely could keep 3. I don't want it to be misconstrued. I personally wouldn't keep 3, but that doesn't mean that they won't or that they couldn't keep 3. And honestly, this is the first time I'm seeing Josh Johnson play in this preseason. All of us. And he looks sharp. I formation, handoff. Ty Johnson up the middle. Very patient, waiting for the blocks. Picks up about 6 yards, I believe. Keelan Cole is out there. Caught the first pass of the night. 2nd and 4. Excuse me. And they are walking up. He is under center. I formation. Motion Smith to the left. Motion Smith again. And it looks like we got a false start by Morgan Moses. 5-yard loss on the play. It'll be still 2nd down, 2nd and 9 now. All right, we got about 50 people watching right now. Do me a favor, guys. Hit that like button for me. Support this Jets channel. Also, if you are frequently on YouTube and you're looking for... Thank you, Frank. I do appreciate that. I'm trying, man. If you guys are looking for Jets content all the time, consider subscribing. Shotgun formation, running back to the right. Johnson drops, looks right, pulls the ball down, runs for about a half a yard. It's going to be 3rd and about 8. Like I was saying, consider subscribing to the channel. We are doing a giveaway on September 1st. We're giving away a signed Wayne Chrebet mini helmet. And I can show you that actually real quick before this next play happens. Okay, 3rd and 9, shotgun formation. Herndon in motion. Drops back. Clean pocket. Clean throw. Nice throw. Vincent Smith over the middle of the field on a dig route, it looks like. I'm telling you guys, Vincent Smith has been one of my worst takes of the offseason. I did not expect him to even sniff this roster. And he has played very, very well. And I think that at this point, I don't know how we cut him. He can't go on the practice squad. Here is the signed Wayne Chrebet mini helmet, by the way. So if you want a shot at the prize, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. And I appreciate you guys supporting. Single back formation, Michael Carter on the run, gets to the outside, gains about 3 yards on the play. All right. Smith is fast, and I think he's a little bit more versatile than Braxton Berrios. And he can play special teams too. Dude, I love Wayne. Favorite player, man. Look, that's his game-worn jersey back there. I love Wayne Chrebet. Let's see. It's interesting, but for a few years... handoff to Jeff Smith. I didn't actually get to see the play. I apologize. Jeff Smith just ran it, though. It looked like maybe a jet sweep. 14-yard run. Nope, it was just an end around. And it was Daniel Brown leading the block. Good little play. Easy play. Nothing too crazy. It is first and goal. Jerome Jackson says, it's interesting, but for few yearly, we can watch the NFL this year on Screen Variety TV. That's the only one good place to watch this season's game. I don't know what that is. I'll be watching it on DirecTV. Who are your players to watch tonight given no ABT, Wilson, Becton, Moore? We talked a little bit about it already, but I'm looking at Berrios, Vincent Smith, looking a little bit at the cornerbacks and the tight ends on this roster. Grant Root, I can tell you on the next play, I will look for it. It is second and goal. Ty Johnson's running back, single back formation. Motion from William Cager. They do the same motion of having him end around. Ty Johnson for about 3 yards. Feeney is out there. And number 61 is the right guard. I can't get the name. I think it's the kid that we were talking about on Wednesday, actually. I can't recall his name. Levin? Is it Levin? I don't know. It's third and goal. Yes, that's the other thing. Vincent Smith can return kicks. I think Braxton Berrios just did it, and he's good on the punt return game as well. I just like Vincent Smith a little bit more because he can line up on the outside. Ty Johnson, another run up the middle for about 2 or 3 more yards. It's going to be fourth and goal. I would just kick the ball. I would just kick it. I know it's only, going to end up being like a 20-yard kick, but I would still make Amendola kick this. It looks like they might be going for it here. We'll see. I know. That stunk. I think a lot of people were a little bit surprised by that. All right. Shotgun formation. Josh Johnson, Ty Johnson in the left of in the backfield. A fade route. Oh, man. Josh Johnson looks really, really good, guys. He threw it the fade route perfectly in the right spot. Easy catch for William Cager. It's a touchdown for the New York Jets. My big takeaway on this drive is maybe Josh Johnson should be the backup quarterback. I know they like Mike White. Josh Johnson looked great on that drive. Very, very accurate. Could move a little bit as well. Thank you, Harry W. James Murray, yes. He was out there at right guard. The running game looked okay there on that drive. Not bad. We didn't have any big run. I know, right? It's Josh Johnson's season. Josh Johnson's season, excuse me. He looked really good. I'm surprised by him looking as good as he did. That's not a knock on him. Just a little bit surprised. And Frank, you're right. Him knowing the system definitely seems to, to help him quite a bit there. Dele, what's up, man? Let's go, Cager. Cager looked good on that drive. He got the touchdown. Nice route. Big guy. And, again, Josh Johnson, man. You can't take anything away from that guy. He looked great. Start the vet and sit ZW. Dele, I love your energy, but I don't think there's anybody that's going to agree with you. I do not want to start Josh Johnson over Z-Dub. Now, I will give you credit, Dele. You've been saying that for a while now, that you want the Jets to bench Zach Wilson, let him learn for at least a couple of games. I know you know that. But like I said, I am giving you credit, though, because you have been steadfast in that take. Yes, Jets, Jets. Let's do it. Oh, interesting. He said, Frankie, Ty Johnson was too indecisive. Needs to trust his reads more, it seems. I actually thought I think it was his second carry, I thought he was showing good patience. Kind of waiting for the blocks to form. You could be right, though. It's interesting that we both kind of see it a little bit differently. I thought he was being patient. Ty Johnson, to me, excuse me, He's one of those guys where he's one cut and he goes. So if he was being indecisive, that would be surprising to me. But again, I got no problem with you disagreeing or seeing it differently. That's what this is all about. Let's see. Yeah, this is what I talked about. I had a poll on the community page on my channel. I said, if you had to pick one, Vincent Smith or Braxton Berrios, who would you pick? And I'm not a wizard, but I do see a chance that one gets cut. And Vincent Smith looked really nice on that drive. He's looked good in training camp and in preseason, all preseason. So, very interesting. Let's see. But if need be, I feel comfy with Double J. Listen, man, I am kind of surprised he's not the backup on this team. He looked really, really smooth. The kickoff, and the Jets are going to tackle the player at the 21.5-yard line. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Eagles. How do they compare to Berrios on special teams? Well, Vincent Smith can return, so he and Berrios have that in common. I think that maybe Jeff Smith could be a returner, but we haven't seen him do that. I don't see Jeff Smith having a shot at making this squad. So to me, it's between those two players, and they both kind of do the same things. The only difference is that Vincent Smith can play on the outside. Joe Flacco steps up in the pocket, gets smacked by Foley Fatukasi, who, by the way, is dominating right now. Foley Fatukasi looks fantastic. He's collapsing the pocket in the interior. I believe they called it a fumble. Good pressure. Bryce Huff was there. He made him step up into that, so nice job by that. Valaaga and Bryce Huff, and then Fatukasi came in at the last minute and crushed Flacco. I think they'll call that an incomplete pass. Nope. They called it a fumble. 2nd and 9. Handoff. Big stuff. Fatukasi. He looks like a man. Fatukasi looks like a man. Yep. Excuse me. Looks like there's a penalty on Bryce Hall. Unnecessary roughness. Oh, they called him for that. I guess because they picked him up off the ground. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. 1st and 10 for the Eagles. What up, John? Impressive drive by Grandpa Johnson, huh? Handoff. 1st down, 11 yards. I think that's Kenny Gainwell out of Memphis. Yes, it is. Little worried about our young backers, corners, brother. Maybe they just needs to settle down. Possibly. And I'm worried about week 1. They got to face Christian McCaffrey. Play action pass completed against Bless Austin. I believe it's a 1st down. About 10 yards. I worry about our backers because they're going to play a lot. We lost some pass rushers, as we all know. And they have a very, very tough assignment week 1. Second down and 1. Or 2nd and 1, excuse me. I can't even talk. Completed pass to Kenny Gainwell again. Kenny Gainwell looks like a weapon. Lamar Jackson. Nope, not Lamar Jackson. Who is that? Number 39. I don't even know who that is. Gainwell is a stud. Watch him this year for the Eagles. He was one of those guys I was interested in the draft. If we hadn't gotten Michael Carter, I really liked Gainwell. Incomplete pass on the left side there. It was just a little comeback route. Incomplete. All right. Defense is getting gashed. I can see that they let up another run here on 2nd down, it looks like. CJ Mosley on the sideline chewing his dip or seeds or something. I don't know what he's chewing on. 2nd and 10, shotgun formation at the 24-yard line. Handoff, followed his blocks, spin move, 9-yard gain. It's going to be 3rd and 1. Not a great look by our defense to be struggling so bad right now. I know we don't have a lot of guys in there. 3rd and 1, shotgun formation again. Kenny Gainwell right up the gut, 5 more yards. Shoot. Darnold got sacked apparently. 49ers took a couple of years to build their D. If the Jets D struggles, it's not the end of the world. This is the first rebuild I've believed in my 20 years of cheering for the Jets. True, and I think at one point I had said that, Robert Saleh, it did take time for him to get his system and to get his players, obviously. Empty backfield at the 10-yard line. It's 1st and goal. Complete over the middle for about a 5-yard gain. Michael Carter the second hit him pretty good there. It looked like it was a zone defense there. Our backers need the reps. Surprise Sherwood missed those tackles. What he was known for in college, tackling, no bueno. Yeah, the second missed tackle was just a bad angle, bad pursuit by him. 2nd and goal from the 5-yard line. Shotgun formation. Handoff to Gainwell. And he's in. Touchdown. He was unstoppable on that drive, guys. Whenever they handed the ball off to him, he was picking up chunks of yardage. So the defense got carved up really, really good there. Fadakasi was in the middle. Nathan Shepard was in the middle. And I'm trying to see who the Mike linebacker was. He didn't get off of his blocks. It looked like it was Cashman. So all of those guys in the middle, did not win, their matchups there on the goal line. So, yeah. We'll see, man. Our defense in general is going to have a hard time against Christian McCaffrey. I was very confident when we had Carl Lawson because I knew that we were going to get after Darnold. And now I know we still have Quinnen Williams. I know we still have Sheldon Rankins. I know we like Jonathan Franklin Myers and Bryce Huff. But it's just, there's no making up for that loss. And so if they're able to run on us and we're not able to get that edge pursuit on passing plays, it could be a really long season defensively. Grant Rude, great point, brother. Saleh, his first year in San Francisco as DC in 17. I believe the corner with most experience had about 16 starts. Yes. And that's why Joe Douglas was thinking ahead of schedule here. That's why the 22 draft is so critical. They've now had 2 drafts. This regime has had 2 drafts. Technically, Saleh was only part of the last one. And they need to continue to add to this team. It's a very, very big draft. You don't need me to tell you that. The 2022 offseason is crucial. Michelle Vanderlip, I know you're a Jets fan, but do you think the Bills could make the Super Bowl? Oh my gosh. Could they? Yes. They are a very good contending team in the AFC. Would I pick them to go to represent the AFC in the Super Bowl? No. I still feel strongly that the Kansas City Chiefs have done just a better job of stockpiling around Patrick Mahomes. They added massive pieces to their offensive line this offseason. Joe Thuney, and they added Orlando Brown. So they're going to be good up front, and that was their main issue in the Super Bowl versus the Bucs. I don't know how you're stopping the Kansas City Chiefs unless there's injuries. So that's my take, Michelle. Hope you enjoyed that. If you're a Bills fan, no worries. Basically, any running back would have run through that hole. That's a fair take, too. Like, Kenny Gainwell did look good, but you're right. The blocking and the lack of impact that our defense had, I think a lot of running backs would have had some success there. Yeah, Frankie's agreeing with you that they are a Super Bowl contender. I think that they are because they're probably, in that conversation of top 3 in the AFC. The Jets, Vincent Smith takes the kickoff out at the -2 yard line, gets it out to about the 24-yard line. Was able to get out of a couple of would-be tacklers. It is going to be 1st and 10 for the Jets. Harry W., that's kind of how I felt, to be honest with you. I don't want to be rude, though. I'm happy to answer the question. Is Jonathan Harris in the mix? I don't know who that is. Who are we talking about? What player are we talking about? Jonathan Harris. Let's see. I think we need to hope that Quinnen Williams, Rankins, Mosley, Jonathan Franklin Myers, Foley can stop the run better than we've seen in the preseason. I think we will. I think we'll be better against the run in the regular season. My big question is how do we defend not just week 1 because of McCaffrey, but how are we going to be defending running backs? Especially in the passing game. That's going to be the part that I'm interested in. Chiefs and Mahomes scored on their first drive, about to score on their second. Handoff to Michael Carter, spin move. Nice little run, gained about 6.5. It'll be 2nd down for the New York Jets. 2nd and 3, they're calling it. Harry Claude, what's up, dude? I love the Stewie. I like it when people have interesting profile pictures, so I appreciate you, Harry Claude. He says, last week I joined Scream for... Oh, for God's sake. This is the second one of these I've seen. Y'all need to stop spamming me. Jeffrey Schmidt! New member! Are you saying you're a member of the channel or you're a subscriber? Now I'm interested because I do offer a membership to the channel. Jeffrey, you get a coin regardless. Thank you for joining the channel. Appreciate it. I agree, John. Next year, 2 1s, 2 2s. I don't know if we have, or excuse me, we do have a third. I apologize. 3rd, a 4th, 3 5ths, 2 6, cap space, and that right there, that last part, Hader Ali. The people who say that this season's all about the offense are not wrong. If we can get Zach Wilson to prove beyond what we saw from Darnold in his rookie year, if we can see some legitimate top 15 potential, top 10 quarterback potential in Zach Wilson, that's our launching point. We take off from there. And so I don't think it's far-fetched to say that the offense, it is the offense this season. It is Elijah Moore. It is Elijah Vera Tucker, Michael Carter, excuse me, Denzel Mims, all these receivers that we have. It seems like the wish that we've all been wanting for a long time, it might be coming to fruition. We've been saying forever, God, if I would prefer if our offense was really, really good and our defense stunk, because it's been the opposite for a really long time. We've had some good defenses, but we've just had atrocious offense. It does feel like that could be, kind of brewing here. We don't know yet because the regular season hasn't come. But yeah, I'm very eager to see what happens week 1. So I think Mosley is going to be on an island with Jared going down. I go back to my last week take about the offense controlling the ball to save the defense. Running the ball will be critical in this offense. If we can't run the ball, I will be worried. That was a system-generated message for Jeffrey becoming a member. I don't know anything. I swear to you, I'm such a newbie. It's crazy. You are more than welcome to laugh at me. Now hold on a second. I gotta check this out because if that's true, that's pretty awesome. Let's see. Let's take a look here. I don't see anything that says he's a member. I could be completely wrong. Handoff to Michael Carter, tackled in the backfield for a 2-yard loss. It's going to be 2nd and 5. Grant Root, I do believe you. Jeffrey says he's from Twitter. Glad to be here, enjoying the live stream. Appreciated, Jeffrey. I feel like I'm starting to get a decent following on Twitter. Would love it if more people tuned in. That would be great. More people from Twitter. I'm very active on Twitter, so it would be nice if more people got on here. I do appreciate you, though, for tuning in. Josh Johnson, 3rd and 5, rolling out to the right. He tucks it and he runs for 4 yards. It's going to be 4th down and 1. I doubt they go for it. They're on their own side of the field. McDonald, Grisette, I thought that's who you might have been talking about. Jonathan Marshall will get playing time tonight. I think he's going to make the team. It's marked at the top of my chat like a super chat. I gotta figure this out. I can't not know I can't not know what's going on. Let me pop out the chat. Okay, the Jets are punting it. Braden Mann backed up a little bit. I'm eager to see how he does on this punt. They're at their own 23.5-yard line. Punt is up. It's a bouncer, but it looks like a good punt again. I don't know how many yards, but he gets it to the 32-yard line. Not a bad kick. No return on the punt, so that's a win for him. It looks like it was a 45-yard punt, so that's a 45 net average on that punt. Keep doing your thing, Braden Mann. I love Braden Mann. I'm going to get a Braden Mann jersey. We got a call from somebody from Newark, New Jersey. It is a commercial break, so I will take the call. Let's get this quickly out of my ears.
This is Kyle Dele, a.k.a.
Kyle Dele, what's up, man?
What's going on? Let's go, Jets.
How you doing?
Let me call in and bug you. I'm all right. How you doing?
I'm doing good, dude. Tell me what's on your mind.
Bro, what we going to do next year, man? Because what I'm seeing, I think we're okay with the quarterback. I think we're okay at receiver. But we need a tight end and definitely need another safety.
So I'm with you. And actually, I feel like top priorities for the offseason have to be cornerback, edge, tight end. And like you said, I think we definitely need a safety. What do you say about those positions?
Yeah, absolutely. Tight end. I'm not sold on Herndon. I think this is last year. We're definitely going to address that either in free agency or the draft. Like I said, cornerback, we got a whole bunch of young players. So, Salah is just trying to fill him out and see what he has right now at this point. And then safety, again, Marcus May, we don't know what's going to happen with that. I like Hamza Nasruddin. He's showing me a lot. Lamarcus Joyner was only here for 1 year. So we definitely need to, pay attention to our safety and tight end, especially and as well in the offensive line.
Yeah, that's a good point too. Offensive line is in need. My thing is I feel like the Jets, I'm talking about the Jets. When was the last time we had an explosive tight end in this offense that could really strike fear? And
Justin Keller, bro. And I say this all the time. Let me keep I'm trying to be patient. I want to get all crazy on the show. Bro, in 2013, because I love Geno Smith. That was my favorite quarterback, bro. He needed a tight end. When he had Kellen Winslow III, bro, we bust Atlanta ass. He went to Atlanta and busted ass because he had a safety blanket as a tight end. You know what I'm saying? A tight end is a quarterback's best friend. And I mean, Mark Sanchez. How do you think Mark Sanchez was so successful? They ran the ball and he sprinkled in the play action and the tight end. Justin Keller, bro, and Jeff Cumberland. I promise you, we need a tight end. If Zach Wilson gets a bona fide, legit tight end, it's a wrap.
Bro, I'm with you. Thank you so much for calling. I got to get back to my play-by-play. See you later, dude.
All right, bro.
Later. Shotgun, play action, deep ball, and it was dropped. The guy was wide open. Should have been an easy catch. Thank you so much, Call Dele, for the phone call. If you guys have not called into the show, I do take phone calls. Franz, he was not very good last year. I can't disagree with that, but he's looking really, really strong in this preseason. So I feel pretty good about him. Let's see. Backup D looks like they need a lot of improvement. Yeah, the team's not deep. We are still a young squad. Shotgun formation, 2 backs in the backfield. 2nd and 10. Jets with 1 high safety. They motion the running back to the right. It's going to be a sack. Sacked by J.T. Hassel. I think he's going to make the team. What's up, JETS mess? How you doing, dude? Good to see you. Thanks for joining me. By the way, guys, if you haven't hit the like button, and there's like almost 100 people in this stream right now, do me a big favor. Do a Jets fan a favor. Like this stream for me. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. If you're a Jets fan, I love the New York Jets. Been a fan my whole life. I'm doing a giveaway on September 1st. Giving away a Wayne Chrebet, signed Wayne Chrebet mini helmet. If you subscribe, you are automatically in the running. 3rd and 17, shotgun. Joe Flacco steps up, and he's going to throw it away. Ooh, threw it complete, but short of the sticks. It's going to be 4th and about 8. 4th and 6. We got another new member. Is this for real? I got to check this. Because I still don't believe it. Look at this. We got 2. We got a couple of members. Jeffrey Schmidt and Harry W. 2 new members to the channel. I want to give a special shout out to those friends. So listen, if you're not a member of NYJ today, there are some special perks. I'm going to be inviting those people to a group me chat. It's an exclusive chat for people to talk with me during the week. It's basically a text thread, if you will. And we can talk basically anything. So I'll be getting their information at some point soon to send them an invite. Harry W., thanks for joining. Also, if you have an Xbox Series X, we can play Madden games. We'll set that up with you. And I'm just really, really appreciative, guys. It really means a lot to me. Thank you for joining. Yeah, you're right, Grant Rude. I see it now. It's all new to me, as you could imagine. So I'm still learning the ropes. Anyway, thanks, guys, for hitting the like button. Thanks for tuning in. It's going to be Jets football at the 19-yard line, 1st and 10. It was a fair catch by Braxton Berrios. What's up with Kyle Phillips? He was a good backup. I don't even know if he's on the team, is he? He was a good backup, but he didn't really fit the scheme anymore. I think that he was let go. Wilson has the ability to elevate players. Of course, he will have to prove it in real time. That's the big thing, man. Sam Darnold, I feel like, as bad as the team was last year, even a bad team like that would be elevated by a great quarterback. And we didn't see that from Sam. He just kept making a ton of mistakes, as we all know. And that led to, his demise with the New York Jets. It just didn't work out. I'm trying to pin this. And it keeps refusing to do that. Let's close this. Can you still see the screen? Not quite. Let's try that one more time. So yeah, we got 2 new members to the channel. We got Harry and I think it was Jeffrey. Yes, Jeffrey Schmidt. So again, I thank you guys again. very unexpected, but it makes me very, very happy that people want to be a part of the community. So thanks for joining, guys. Really means a lot. What's going on, Jeremy Chrebet? Good to see you, man. We are watching this Jets game here. There have been a couple of takeaways, and why don't we go ahead and do that? I'll post a question right now, a little poll. What have been your big takeaways so far in the first half? I will create a poll right now, hopefully, if it lets me. And it sure, because I didn't end the other poll. So the other poll, it looks like Josh Adams would be the most upsetting cut. 40% of the votes went to him. I will create another poll asking you guys, what's your big takeaway right now in this game? So I will post that in just a minute. Let's see here. It's first down. Jets run the ball with Ty Johnson. He gets half a yard. All right, here's the poll. Takeaways in first half. And we're going to say Sherwood run defense. Josh Johnson looking really good. I'll put him in there as well. And then I'll put other. And if you have an other, just put it in the chat. I would love to hear what you guys think of the takeaways so far. 2nd and 9. Looks like the Jets ran the ball again with Jeff Smith. Oh, sorry. It was a pass. My apologies. 1st and 10. For the New York Jets. I agree, Jordan Victor. He does look really decent, and I like how calm he looks in a pretty big spot for him. He's fighting for a roster spot right now. So I've been impressed with Josh Johnson. Very, very impressive. The poll is up, guys. So what's been your big takeaway? First down run with Ty Johnson, who fights for 4 yards. That was a nice, powerful run by him. The Smiths are having a great game. Jeff Smith, Vincent Smith, absolutely. They look pretty doggone good, I would say. Let's see. I really want to see field goals. Rusty Spooner, I'm with you, dude. I would like to see him get an opportunity before the end of the half. There's still 9.5 minutes left in the first half. Single back formation. They run it up the gut with Michael Carter, who gets 5, just short of the first down. He looked really good. He got a little bit of there was a pull from the offensive line. They pulled to the right. It's going to be 3rd and short. Thank God it's the weekend, right? I finally went back to work. For people who are new to the channel, or if you haven't heard this before, I am a teacher. That is my job during the day, and it feels good every time Friday rolls around. I'm just ready for it, man. Yeah, I've been very impressed with Josh Johnson. Okay, offset I formation, run to the left. Michael Carter pushes, barely picks up the first down. Gets about 2 yards. It's going to be first down for the New York Jets. Josh Johnson leading the offense. There haven't been a whole lot of penalties for the New York Jets. Looking pretty smooth. Frank, he says, I say Sherwood. Johnson is a veteran of this game. Doesn't surprise me. He's doing well. For sure. I will be honest with you. I'm surprised. And that's not a knock on him. I wasn't expecting him to look as decent as he's looked. Run to the middle. Johnson picked up about 2 yards. Jeffrey, one of our new members of the channel to the NYJTA community, he says, I got to say, though, John, you really do have the patience of a teacher if you're going to see this through the second half. I am going to see it through the second half. Damn it. I want to see these guys. I want to see all of these players, man. I want to watch this team. and I'm eager to see how they perform. Josh Johnson, shotgun formation, 2 tight ends to the right, running back to the left of him. Quick pass to the tight end, Daniel Brown, who looks like he got a first down. Nice looking play. There is a flag on the penalty. Josh Johnson is talking to the refs. He's like, yo, bro, have you seen my game? Okay, they're calling pass interference on the Jets. This is true. A very good point. The chat is worth sticking around for because I do engage with the chat. I think Jeffrey probably knows that, but maybe he doesn't. It's I try to make it feel like a community of people as best I can. Even though you guys are staring at me, I am trying my best to have an online conversation. It's tricky, but it's a ton of fun. Okay, 2nd and 18, empty set, good pocket, good ball to Ty Johnson. Actually lined. Ooh, he almost Ty Johnson, kind of close there to a taunting. The new taunting rule. He looked down at the defender. If he had done any type of gesturing right there, that could have been a penalty. I see the chat saying something about Herndon. I have nothing yet. 3rd and 6. Shotgun formation. Quick dump pass to Michael Carter, who gets a first down. I love that Michael Carter can get involved in the receiving game. We need that. Jeffrey Schmidt, he says, no lies detected there, Grant. Yo, is Zach for sure not getting any snaps tonight? Thomas Lonergan, he is not going to play. He is in street clothing. He looks like me right now. He's wearing clothing, no pads, no nothing. He will not play tonight. Jeremy Krebet. By the way, Jeremy, you're the man. Appreciate you coming by, hanging out with me. I like his physicality, Ty Johnson. Josh Adams is in there. Quick screen to the left. It was a dropped pass, by Montgomery, who probably has no chance to make the team. You guys must be way ahead of me. I haven't seen a penalty yet. I haven't seen any penalties on anybody. So far, the poll, it looks like their big takeaway right now is Josh Johnson. They agree with me. 50% of you have voted for Josh Johnson. He sure does. All right, single back formation, tight end to the left. That will be encroachment. Neutral zone infraction. They're going to call that a false start? To me, that looked like neutral zone infraction. Okay, they did call neutral zone infraction according to the display on the screen right now. I was about to say, he jumped way off. Okay, so it's going to be 2nd and 5 for the New York Jets. Okay, the pass interference call. It may have been Herndon. I'm not sure. I won't get on him too bad. The penalties aren't good, no doubt. But he's been pretty good blocking. He certainly he still needs some work. Lindell's, he just doesn't have any patience. He stinks. All right, single back formation. Daniel Brown motions to the left. Josh Adams is the single back. It's a handoff to the left side. Josh Adams. Guys, I'm going to be honest with you, and I know it's just one play right now. I feel like there is a discernible difference between the way that Josh Adams runs and the way that LaMichael Pirine runs. If you're a LaMichael Pirine truther, I do apologize. I really, really like what I see from Josh Adams, and it's going to really, really suck if we have to cut him. I would rather have him. Josh Adams up the middle. pushing, gets about 5 to 6 yards on 1st and 10. This is a nice long drive. Our defense is struggling, so this would be really, really good if it were the regular season because they are keeping the defense on the sidelines. I like Adams too, man. I feel like there's a lot of upside there. I think he's only 25, 26 years old, so he's still got some tread on those tires. Shotgun formation, Josh Adams in the backfield to the left of Josh Johnson. Braxton Berrios in motion. Wow. He's explosive. He is explosive. He gets the ball and he is moving quick. And I think that's my big takeaway from him versus Pirine. He seems to have a very quick first step. This is what I'm saying. I don't know. I know it's not going to probably happen. So I'm totally just talking right now. I would much prefer to have Josh Adams. Run to the left. Josh Adams again. Pushing people. O-line's doing great. Definitely. Mario Medina, it's been a while, man. How you doing? You think the Jets win this thing? I don't know. I just want to see the team look good, and I want to see them, minimize mistakes in the preseason. I'm watching players individually more so than the team. Jamien Sherwood was a little disappointing early. I really like what I've seen from Josh Adams tonight. Shotgun formation, 2nd and 2. Carter is in the backfield with Josh Johnson. It's a pitch to the right to Carter. Just didn't have anywhere to go. No gain. 3rd and 2. Gabriel D'Souza, so close to a touchdown. Guys, thanks for watching this with me. Thanks for hanging out with me tonight. This has been a lot of fun. If you could do me a favor, and if you're watching this stream and you have not hit the button, please go ahead and hit the like button for me. It does a lot for the channel. It supports me. It helps to grow the channel. So if you haven't smacked the like button, go ahead and do it right now. And if you're new to the channel and you are a Jets fan like me, consider subscribing to the channel. Would greatly appreciate it. It's 3rd and 2, and we have just hit the 2-minute warning. Let's see. Yeah, bro. Back then, people used to clown Josh Johnson like he was Buns or a journeyman. Fitz was a journeyman and is still in the league. I call Fitzpatrick a mercenary. I feel like he will work for any price and he'll work for anybody. This is my take, Frankie. It's not so much that I hate Pirine. I think I like Adams more. I'm glad that you guys agree with me. Again, if you disagree, that it's always welcome on my channel. I'm happy to have a discussion and a disagreement. I do think that he might stick on the practice squad, Dele. He is practice squad eligible. I looked into the rules. You have to either be a rookie or you have that you have been on the active game day roster in 8 or less games. I think that's the rule. And James Morgan did not play a single game, did not dress for a single game. So I believe that they might put him on the practice squad. This has been my thing I've been saying this week. You and me are agreeing too much tonight, Dele. I don't like it. I want more disagreements with you, man. I think Berrios is on the bubble. And he's sitting on top of it right now, and it's about to pop. Vincent Smith offers a little bit more upside. He has better deep speed. He can play on the outside. He can play special teams just like Berrios does. So, I don't know, man. I think Fitz has like 30 kids, so he needs the money. He has a ton of kids. Not as many as Phillip Rivers, though. What's up, Rashad? An Eagles fan. Fly, Eagles, fly. Hope you enjoy the season, man. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate anybody who watches and hangs out with me. Eagles fans, you can say what you want, man. They are diehard. They are passionate. about their about their Eagles. They kind of remind me of Jets fans. They're a little bit similar, I think. I love Saleh. He's a long-term keeper. That's how I feel. He is a guy that is a CEO type of head coach. I appreciate you. Hey man, that goated stuff. I know that's a big deal. I'm not a young kid like you probably are, no disrespect, but I appreciate the goated because I am fucking goated, baby.
Goddamn right.
That's how it goes. Thank you, Rashad. I appreciate it. All right. Let's see. I think Antonio Cromartie led the league in kids. He sure did. All right. 3rd and 2, I formation. We've got Yeboah as tight end on the right. They just zoomed in on him. 3rd and 2, William Cager in motion. Looks like a run play here. It is. And it's completely destroyed. 2-yard loss. That was Michael Carter. He had no chance. I know, man. Let's see. Marino Medina. Fitz has definitely gamed the system. He has worked it over, man. He has done a very good job making money. You can say what you want about him as a player. He has made it work, though. I wonder if diversity is in consideration for keeping Berrios. The Jets have more lengthy, speedy wide receivers than they do smaller, shifty guys in that room. You might be right. It looks like Matt Amendola is going to get an opportunity to kick, which we all were rooting for. The Eagles have burned a timeout. It's 1 minute and 53 seconds left. Grant Rude, I hope you know what show that's from. I'm not going to tell you. I'm testing you. If you know what that quote is from, I will be your best online friend ever. It's my favorite TV show of all time. That's all I'll tell you. If you know what it's from, you're my BFF. It's going to be a 31-yard field goal attempt by Amendola. We'll see how he does on this kick. Dennis, there will be a lot of interested teams in Berrios, so if we did let him go, I don't think there's any doubt he would make a squad. From the left hash, it's a good kick. He had the proper, the angle to the right, kicking it towards the right there, and it's good. He didn't squeak it in. It's only a 31-yard field goal. Amendola's got an extra point and a field goal to his name. He's looking good, guys. He's looking good. Yeah, I knew what you meant, Grant Rude. Not skin tone. We're talking about his skill set. Let's see. Is Saleh married? Yes, and he also has a bunch of kids. I don't know how many, but he has a fair number, I believe. I have no idea what it's from. You mean our friendship dependent? No, I did not mean that. No. We're still buddies. We just could have been so much more. That is from one of the greatest TV shows of all time called Breaking Bad. Grant Rude, I don't know what kind of TV you watch, if you even watch TV, but if you like dramas and TV series, it is my very favorite television show of all time. That was Walter White, who you heard. It's amazing. It's my favorite show without a doubt. All right, let's see. 7 kids, yes. Robert Saleh. He does his work at home, no doubt. Let's see. I watched Breaking Bad. I don't remember that. Yeah, that's Walter White. It was when he said, say my name. And he said, I don't know your name. He says, you know my name. Say my name. You're Heisenberg.
Goddamn right.
That's where that line comes from. I never saw an episode of Breaking Bad or any spin-offs. Don't watch the spin-offs. Although Better Call Saul is really good too. But watch Breaking Bad. Just watch the show. It's incredible. It is a It's like a Shakespeare show. It's a drama that becomes a absolute tragedy. Yes, Harry W., you're welcome here anytime. It is the best. And Bryan Cranston, the guy who played the dad in Malcolm in the Middle, is Walter White in Breaking Bad, and he is freaking incredible. Incredible. Yes, El Camino. I didn't like that as much, but it was definitely solid. I would give that one a solid B. Jesse Pinkman was a lot of people's favorite character in that show. The Wire is the best TV show of all time. My wife and I watched that not too long ago. We watched every single episode. I really, really liked it. It's not as good as Breaking Bad to me, but you are not alone in your assessment, Frankie. A lot of people love that show. Yeah, Skyler. People did not like Skyler Carmelo El Borri's way. They did not. They did not. All right. It is first and 10. Eagles run a screen to the left. Good blocking. Oh. 79 is like rolling. Tanzel Smart. I don't know what the hell he was just doing. How is he still playing? What is happening? He was rolling around like a fish on the floor. Quick pass over the middle. Nice hit. Who is number 39? Jackson. It's not Lamar Jackson. So which Jackson is it? Breaking Bad and then Better Call Saul. Yes, that is the proper order. But you could probably watch... I don't want to say that, actually. I don't know. You think you probably would need to watch Breaking Bad first. I live in Albuquerque and I haven't seen an episode. I heard it was good. Dennis, what are you doing? You live in the ABQ? You gotta watch it, dude. Shotgun pass. Ooh, Joe Flacco gets hit, but does get the ball off for a 9-yard gain. It's going to be 3rd and 1. Excuse me. I think that was Bryce Huff with the hit. Bennett Jackson, thank you. That was a nice play by him to knock the ball free. 3rd and 1. No, 1st and 10. What the hell's going on? Tackled by Hamza Nasruddin. It's like a 2-yard loss. Haven't seen a lot of Hamza tonight. I'm surprised he's playing. I guess they don't really have that many linebackers to play. 2nd and 12, shotgun formation. Joe Flacco steps up, completes it on the left sideline. It's about a 15-yard gain. There's 34 seconds left, and I think the Eagles just called a timeout. Yes. Better Call Saul is really good. If Breaking Bad is a 10, I would give Better Call Saul an 8.5 or a 9. It's very, very good. Yeah, I was an English minor in college. I don't teach English technically. I teach children. I teach 5th graders. So no Shakespeare in 5th grade. Let's see. Guy from Malcolm in the Middle. Yes. Jesse girlfriend dying. Yes, dude. When Jane died, that's why Breaking Bad was so good, because those moments when you were watching them, you felt every bit of it. You felt every bit of it. And like when she was dying, Walter White technically let her die, and when he let her die, he was like, it just like it completely like freaked him out. So, yeah, Michelle, listen, here's the thing. These people, they got to get with it and they got to watch the show. Let's see. Larry David and JB Smooth are hilarious. If you're talking about Curb Your Enthusiasm, that show is hilarious. And they are both Jets fans. That is true. David Glauberman, you, sir, get a gold shiny coin. He doesn't get enough recognition. And I wish that Bryan Cranston, he doesn't owe anybody anything, but I wish that he would do more TV and more movies. He is incredible actor. Lindell's Eccles, I believe, was injured. Yes. And I think that he is not playing in this game. Exactly, Jeremy. Yes. This is not a recent show. Breaking Bad has been done for longer than 2 years. It's been over I think 5 years ago, maybe even more. Yes, McDonald, if you haven't watched it, it is a absolute tragedy. The whole show. And really at the very end, it's just utter tragedy for pretty much everybody. What's going on, M? He says Jets. This is what I'm saying. You got to watch the shows, people. And I'm not even a guy that watches a lot of TV, but I do watch the most award-winning, I guess, if that's what you want to call it. Yes, Eccles is hurt. Okay. Larry David wanted us to draft Lamar, a.k.a. 8 God, but Mac took Sam Darnold instead. Shaking my head. The goddamn Jets. Yes, and actually, now that you've said that, I think I need that sound effect on my board here. I need the kid from, what's the damn show called? Big Daddy. I need that sound effect immediately. Matt Patterson, I'm going to have to look into that one. I haven't heard of it. I will look into that. I have not heard. Harry W., that's kind of how a lot of people talk about. There's I feel like there's definitely some shows that are in that upper echelon. I think Sopranos, definitely. Breaking Bad, definitely, in my opinion. Some people would say Game of Thrones, even though that last season was butchered. Screen pass to the left, 1st and 15, and it gets about 4 yards. 27 seconds left. The Eagles will probably burn a timeout. No? What are they doing? 18 seconds left. The ball is snapped. Flacco points go upfield. Oh my God. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? What terrible defense. Oh my. Was that Jason Pinnock? Please don't tell me that was Jason Pinnock. I did mention his name in my video prior to this game, guys. Who is 36? That's Isaiah Dunn, y'all. That was Isaiah Dunn. It was Isaiah Dunn. He has been crisped multiple times in this preseason. I think that's a wrap. It's bad tackling. It's also just, a bad job of not getting your hands on the ball. I think he could have probably knocked that one away if he had been had his head turned. Yeah, everybody's echoing it. It's just meh. Ugh. I think that's true. The only thing that could potentially save Isaiah Dunn here, yeah, guys, if he had just turned around, he could have easily knocked that ball away. The only thing that can save Isaiah Dunn at this point, in my mind, is the practice squad. So if they see something in him at practice that they really, really like, they might say to themselves, okay, let's put him on the practice squad. Let's develop him. That was a really, really ugly play. With 5 seconds left in the half, the Jets are going to be losing 21-10 going into the second half. This is BS backyard football with a 15-year vet running with rooks. Yeah. Joe Flacco, man. The redemption. Zach Wilson will have to shoot it out this year or play the time of possession game. That is definitely going to happen. I think he's going to have to air it out in a lot of fourth quarter games. I hope that they use the running game, though, to try to maintain time of possession. Because the only thing that's going to hurt a defense that's bad worse is a defense that is not getting rest on the sidelines. So it is halftime. The Jets take a knee on the kickoff. So 21-10 is the first half score. Let me switch my scene really quick here, guys. My whole beautiful room and self. So Lindels is saying done is done. I would agree. I think that, again, his best case scenario here is that he makes the practice squad, but I'm not even real comfortable giving him that. It looks like 35 votes were given, and the biggest takeaway was Josh Johnson with 43% of the votes. Second was the run defense not looking so good, especially early. A lot of people put other. If you put other in the poll, please share what you put. Like, what were you thinking? What was your big takeaway in that first half? Fans have gone from a 10-win season to a top 5 pick all in an off season. Yeah. I'm not going to change my projection, and soon the preseason's over after this game. So I will be doing my final season predictions video. I'll probably do that this weekend. I'll probably record that. It's going to be between 6 to 8 wins, which I've been saying for a long, long time now. I'm sticking with that. I'm not going to change just because of the injuries. Okay, we got to ban somebody. We got webcamschat.com. Let's ban that person. See you later. Anyway, put a fork in him. He's done. That's my dad. My dad says the same thing. So anyways, I am excited. I'm excited about the season. Even if we win 6 games, if the offense is looking good, if some of our players on defense, if they perform, I will feel really, really good about that. I do agree. I think 8 wins is the max. I don't see us getting to that 9-win threshold. That's why I've always been saying 6 to 8 wins. So let me know what you guys think about the first half. Let me know about your season predictions. We can talk about whatever. I'm not going anywhere. I'm enjoying this tonight, so I'll probably stream the entire time. Excuse me. Wicked, I've said 6 since the draft, and you have been steadfast in your assessment of the secondary. I was optimistic at one point in time because I felt super good about the pass rush. That has taken a hit, and so in that frame of thought, the secondary has also taken a hit. This is so true. You've made it. If you have a porn is advertising live streams. Oh, the only positive right now is that Zach Wilson could look good in games and we could end up still getting a top 5 pick. I don't think we're going to get a top 5 pick. I'm not going to sit here and say you're wrong. I think with 6 to 8 wins, we're probably looking at a top 10, top 15 pick, depending on how some of these teams do in our conference. But yeah, that's still a really good pick. We got Elijah Vera Tucker at 14. So as long as we're picking in the top 15, I think that's pretty good. Obviously, I'm going to root for us to go 17-0. But we'll see. Let's see. The O-line looked good tonight. Yeah. I did not see a lot of glaring issues with the offensive line, so that's good. It basically is a good indication that the coaching has been solid. Let's see. All gas, no discipline. Sala learning the ropes. Joe Douglas will build next draft. Next year should be better. But we're here for the journey, man. We're not here for next season. We're here for now. O-line and wide receiver with the first round picks or edge and corner. Good question. Right now, in my mind, it's going to be one of those things where I would like us to keep building the offense and supporting Zach Wilson. I've said it all off season. The Chiefs have just never stopped adding pieces to their offense the entire time he's been there. They've drafted players in the first round. They've signed players in free agency. They've traded for players to add some support for excuse me, for Patrick Mahomes. So to me, at least one of those picks in the first round should be an offensive player. I think most people are going to say offensive lineman. I don't think it has to be an offensive lineman in the first round. We've already taken 2 first-round offensive linemen in back-to-back years. So for me personally, I like the idea of maybe getting, if there is one, I would like a really, really good tight end. And we don't need to spend an early first-round pick to get one. We could trade back and get one. We could get one with that Seattle pick if it's not terribly early. I would love to get a tight end that can make a difference for Zach Wilson. I wouldn't hate an offensive lineman. And this is where I was going next. We need to get a corner. We need a couple of corners. And I would be fine with drafting a cornerback in the first round and maybe getting an edge and an offensive lineman in round 2. Okay, they really want to promote their webcams, so I will ban them again. Let's see. Harry W says we need an edge. I'm with you. Maybe they could get somebody in free agency. Maybe they could trade for somebody. I would still like to see us trade for somebody before the season begins. Dennis says I've got 4 to 6 wins. 4 would be, I wouldn't be happy with 4. Literally, unless Zach Wilson's rookie of the year, 4 wins would be disappointing to me. I think we have enough talent to win more than 4, but I don't hate your take. I would be disappointed personally. Richard Trunkwater smells like shit. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Maybe you're talking about the Jets game. I'm not sure. Don't get too worried. It's just preseason, and we are watching a lot of backups right now, so don't be worried if that's what you're talking about. But I am with you, Frankie. I would like to see us draft a cornerback in the first round. I know most people are going to be screaming for an edge. I do want an edge in round 2, but a cornerback who can be the Batman to Bryce Hall's Robin. To me, that's something we really, really need. And maybe Robert Saleh will not do that because that doesn't really jive with his philosophy. You know, he believes that you build through the trenches and that you can get by with some players in the secondary that maybe aren't as talented because of the pass rush you're generating. So maybe it's wrong of us to want that or to expect that. But to me personally, it would be great to see a little bit of improvement at corner. And I'm with you, Grant. Still tons to be optimistic about for this season. Rookie head coach. DC, OC, QB. Year 1 of new offensive and defensive schemes. Growing pains are a part of life. They sure are, man. I look forward to watching their development over the season. And again, if you see players like Jamian Sherwood and Hamza Nasruddin still playing later in the season, I don't think there's any debate that they're going to improve. The question is how much can they improve? Because we kind of need them. Lindles with the positivity, which I love. 7 wins minimum. What's your max? Lindles, I would love to know, what are you thinking for a range? 7 wins is the min, so what's the max? I could live with 6 wins if Zach looks really good. And there's nothing wrong with that caveat, because what if they win 6 games and he looks really not so good? That would be miserable. Kind of like a Darnold second year season where they win some games, but they just don't look real good doing it. Frankie's saying we will trade for Shaq Lawson from Houston. That could happen. I'm fine. I think it's so funny, the people that are saying don't trade for a player. We don't need to panic. It's not a panic move. We have 11 draft picks next year. We have plenty of cap space next year. And by trading away a mid-round pick, you're not panicking. It's as long as you feel like that player can play on the team this year and in the future, you can make a move. You can do it. It's not a panic. I do like what I've seen from Tyler Kroft, and I think that he has the capability to produce like he did with the Bengals. And it was a few years ago now, but he had a 7 touchdown season with the Cincinnati Bengals. That was his best season in the NFL. I think that the Jets, and I'm not just saying this based on the Green Bay game, I think the Jets see Kroft as a red zone target. He's got long arms, he's tall, he can high point the ball pretty nicely for a tight end. So it wouldn't shock me if Tyler Kroft had like only 300 receiving yards, but had like 5 touchdowns. Like I could definitely see that type of season for him. I do like Kroft. I don't like him as a field stretcher. He's not going to ever really win with athleticism. But I could definitely see him eventually, filling the void and helping us in the red zone. That's a very big part of any good offense, is having efficiency in the red zone. So I actually do like him quite a bit. Let's see. Beginning to worry about Mims. I would imagine you're worried about him because of the injuries, and maybe that's fair. Whoa, sorry. What's going on here? There we go. Sorry about that. I think it's fair to say that you're concerned about Mims with the injuries specifically. He does seem to keep getting these nagging injuries. So if he keeps getting them into the season, I'll probably be with you. I still think I'm not ready to give up on him. I'm not really in panic mode yet. But if we're in like week 4 and he gets like a hamstring injury or an ankle injury and he's out for a bunch of weeks, that would be concerning. Lindell says 9 or 10 is his max. I can't go that high, but I get why you're saying that. If Zach Wilson lives up to if he surpasses some of our expectations, you never know, man. Crazier things have happened. CD2K, my man, what's going on, dude? He's on Twitter. Good to see you, dude. He says 10 wins. We've never had a weapon at quarterback. Zach is ahead of schedule. I will give you credit, CD2K. You have been very consistent with that take. You are very, very confident in Zach Wilson. So, listen, dude, I would love to be wrong. 6 to 8 wins. There are scenarios where I'll be happy with that, but I would just be thrilled to be wrong. Frank says 10 wins. I love it. I love the optimism, and if we get to that point, listen, man, I've been a Jets fan since 1996. I would love to win some football games this year. Lindell's, I agree. He is tight with giving up picks, which is why I'm not expecting a trade. I'm just thinking that if he's going to trade, it's probably going to be, a third or less. And he's not going to want an older guy. He's going to want a younger guy, somebody that can be with the team long term. True nightmare scenario would be the Jets winning ugly games, low scoring games, Wilson not doing much and getting a not great pick. Very good point. That would be not a great situation. I think any scenario where Zach's not playing good and not looking good is a bad scenario. Even if we win 10 games, if he's just not looking good. A quality defensive end gets the ball back in Zach Wilson's hands more often. Braxton Berrios turning on the Jets. And he returns the ball to the 37-yard line. Nice kick return. He looked good on that return. He does have good speed. Joe Strummer is here to let us know that the Jets are trash. Thank you. Appreciate it. Harry W. says, eventually we will have to pay all of these early round picks, so trading some of our picks is not a bad move. I have been saying that as well. 11 picks, there's no way we're going to be able to keep all of these young dudes. They will probably trade up in next year's draft if they still have 11. It would not shock me. Shotgun formation, snaps a little high. James Morgan hands off to Josh Adams, who gets about 3 or 4 yards. Joe Strummer, he says the Raiders will win the Super Bowl. The Raiders. I don't think so, dude. But I love your enthusiasm, too. I like the call to sit Zach because of all these injuries. Yes. I would have not been a happy man at all if they had played him. Let's see. The long arms of the Lawsons. Super Bowl. Raider Nation. Pass. Ooh, where was that going? Incomplete pass from James Morgan. 3rd and 7. He didn't look all that good on that throw. Grant Rude, that's a great question. Not only that, we also had a Bills fan earlier too, which is very strange. Brandon Paxson, I honestly don't think the Jets will ever get back to their glory days since Joe Namath winning them a Super Bowl. It might be another 20 to 30 years. It's hard to predict that kind of stuff that far in advance. I'm not sure why you think that way other than that they've just been a bad team for a long time. That kind of stuff happens, man. James Morgan sacked. Bad pass protection by 61. Teams turn it around, man. The Kansas City Chiefs, I know it's recent, like they're winning and they're doing very well. They've won a Super Bowl. They've been to a Super Bowl and lost. But before that, the Kansas City Chiefs, since Super Bowl IV, which was when they had won their last Super Bowl, they were dog shit. They were doing terrible. They would choke in the playoffs. They had losing seasons. So teams can turn it around. The Cleveland Browns have been an absolute laughingstock since they re-entered the league in 1999. They're looking like a legit AFC team. And actually, I think the Browns would be probably my number 2 team in the AFC over the Buffalo Bills. I think the Chiefs, the Browns, and the Bills all in that mix in the AFC. So to my point, Brandon, you could be right, but my take here is that things can flip. It's not based on what has happened, it's what can happen in the future. I appreciate your comment, though. Thanks for the discussion. Let's see. From my understanding, the Jets and Raiders have been equally embarrassing historically. No need to talk trash. That's a fair point. Let's see. David Glauberman says an 8-8 season would be a successful one. Unfortunately, we can't go 8-8 anymore because of the 17-game schedule. However, we can go 8-9 or 9-8. And I think that's kind of what you're getting at, sort of like a middling season. I would say 9 wins if Lawson was playing. I think if Lawson were on the field, I know it's crazy, but I think I would be definitely on the 8-win bandwagon with Carl Lawson. So you and I don't really disagree here. Losing him definitely hurts. Been a Jets fan since 1968. Wow. You picked a really good time to start, Harry W. My dad was 16 years old when they won the Super Bowl, and he watched it. We're going to get 2 wins. Is that because we got 2 wins last year? It's kind of rare to have back-to-back 2-win seasons, but sure, yeah, I guess that could happen. How do you feel about an 8 or 9-win season? Let's see. No, it's not panic move. You pick up an edge and tie it back to Carl. Next season, yeah, that's kind of how I see it too. I don't think it's a panic move to trade for an edge. I think that it's fine as long as you're picking somebody up who's young, who can compete, and who has some upside. I don't want to give up more than a 3rd round pick. I've said that all week on Twitter, the last couple of weeks on Twitter. CD2K, look at the schedule. Who scares you? Good question, CD2K. I'm glad you're here, man. Thanks for the good discussion. Right off the bat, the Bills. The Bills won the AFC East last year. They are a solid football team. Josh Allen can regress. That's definitely a scenario that can happen, but they're still a really, really good coached football team. Excuse me, they have a lot of veteran talent on that football team. So the Bills, I don't know if we win a game against the Bills. The Miami Dolphins, they need Tua Tagovailoa to, perform this year. He needs to play better than he did last year. If he does, they're a good football team too. They won 10 games last year. I think we can split with the Dolphins. I don't see us sweeping the Dolphins. No chance of that, I don't think. Shotgun formation, handoff to the left. Loses about 1 yard. It's going to be 2nd and 11. So those two teams right off the bat. The Patriots, I think we can split with them as well. But Bill Belichick, say whatever you want. He doesn't have Tom Brady anymore, and I do agree with that take. But he's really, really good against rookie quarterbacks. He schemes up his defenses, so it's very, very confusing for them. It wouldn't shock me at all, excuse me, if they won a game versus us. So I'm already looking at about 3 to 4 losses in the division alone. We play some tough teams. We play the New Orleans Saints. Drew Brees is gone. I get it. Jameis Winston can have a bounce back year. I actually think he could be pretty decent this year. And they are a really solid football team. The Saints are a veteran team. Excuse me, again. They'll be competitive. We play the Bucks. If they're playing their starters, how are we winning that game? 3rd and 2 from the 29-yard line. Shotgun formation. It's going to be a throw. Incomplete. Quarterback threw it way too hard. It was high. It should have been an easy first down. It's an incomplete pass, though, and they will be punting. Other teams on our schedule. Let's see. We play the Denver Broncos in Denver. I will be at that game. Denver doesn't really scare me, but that's definitely a tough game to play on the road. Let's see. So, I mean, there are other games on the schedule. We play the Falcons. I think that's winnable. We play the Panthers week 1. I think that's winnable. I'm trying to think of who else we play. We play the Colts on the road on Thursday night. That's a pretty tough game. I think Carson Wentz will be back. They're a playoff team from last year. That's a tough game. So I will be doing my season prediction video this weekend. I'll be recording it, and I will give my official win-loss. Braxton Berrios gets the punt. The punt hit the ground, and he caught it off the bounce and had a really good punt return off the left. He was on the right sideline and went all the way across the field to the left. There is a flag on the play, probably holding, which means it's probably coming back. All right, let's see. I've been a Jets fan since 1996 too. They drafted Keyshawn Johnson. This Dre, what's up, man? Good to see you in the chat. You and I have been a Jets fan for the exact same amount of time. Believe it or not, I wanted to root for the Jets because they were a bad football team. I remember asking my dad what their record was, and he was like, they're not very good. And I said, you know what? I like an underdog. Let me go ahead and root for this team. Plus, I was born in New York. My dad he grew up in New York. No, you cannot have my lamp. I'm sorry. All of the stuff behind me, I cherish it. I've had a lot of these things for a really long time, so unfortunately, no. I am giving away a signed Wayne Chrebet mini helmet, though, on September 1st, so if you're subscribed, you will have a shot at that. Our 4th stringers are looking bad. This is going to probably be a loss tonight. The loss is not a concern. However, individual performances I do look at. Isaiah Dunn has not looked good. That's what I take away from this game. Josh Johnson looked good. Josh Adams looked good. Vincent Smith looked good. Berrios, when he's been given opportunities, he has also looked good. Anyone worried about Darnold to Robbie Anderson connection week 1? Over or under 1 touchdown? Great question. I know this is a cop-out. I'm going to give him a touchdown. I know that's not over or under. If I had to guess or if I had to take one, I would probably go with the over. Actually, you know what? I take that back. I'll go the under. He might have a good game, but he also might not score. Let's see. Goodbye, Morgan. Not going to happen. Yeah. Again, I think he's kind of like Isaiah Dunn. His best case scenario right now is the practice squad. So it'll be interesting to see what they decide to do. Great punt by Braden. Shame about the missed tackle. Let me get back to my other scene because I just realized that we are not projecting the game. So it was a... yeah, illegal block in the back, or a block above the waist. The only thing the Raiders might win is a nickel slot in Vegas. Oh, they're in a tough division, man. The Chargers are good, the Broncos are decent, and the Chiefs are the Chiefs. So this has been a lot of fun tonight, guys. You guys are throwing in some awesome questions. How do you feel about the Johnson ownership? I have not liked the Johnson ownership. They deserved every bit of the backlash, if you will, for the Gase, the screw up that they did there. Handoff inside, about a 5-yard gain. I didn't see who got it. Looks like it was Ty Johnson. I was really pissed off, and a lot of Jets fans were really pissed off when they hired Adam Gase. I didn't like the hire at the very beginning. It wasn't one of those situations where, I waited and kind of went along with everybody else and said I didn't like it, after they started the season terribly. I didn't like the hire to begin with. Under center, drops back, launches the ball deep, should have been intercepted. Terrible pass by James Morgan there. Long story short, Dennis, how do I feel about ownership right now? I think that ownership, first of all, they know they fucked up really, really bad with Gase. They really, really screwed up. They got involved in the hiring way, way too much. This past offseason, however, they did the best thing, which was they stepped aside and they let Joe Douglas run this search. I know they were involved in the interview process, but that's okay. That's pretty normal. Owners should have the right to attend the interview process. So anyway, the Johnsons did a good job of stepping to the side finally. Will they stay out of the way? That's my question. If they can stay out of the way, what's going on with my screen here? If they can stay out of the way, I will feel fine about our ownership. But everybody has a right to be pissed off with them because they really did screw up bad with that Gase hire. Darnold will finally win the Jets a game in a definitive fashion. If we still had Carl Lawson, I'd be really, really confident going into that game. Not having him, I think, really does hurt the team quite a bit. 3rd and 5 on the 41-yard line, shotgun formation. Quick pass it was a slant pass to William Cager. It looks like the ball may have been ripped out of his arms. It was a nice throw by James Morgan on that play. It was right where it needed to be. It looks like this ball was either bobbled and intercepted, or it was stripped out of his arms. I'm going to watch the replay right now. Nice solid route. Caught. Oh, he was definitely down. So I think William Cager was down here, guys. I think they will reverse that. I don't see how you don't get a challenge for that. Isn't Cleveland Farrell in the trade block since the Raiders are so good? Yeah. That was a nice pick by Mike Mayock. John Rogers, what's going on? He says, who do you think was standout player from first half? Good morning from Australia. What's going on, man? Sorry I didn't read this earlier. Good to see you in the chat. I thought Josh Johnson was very impressive. I was not expecting him to look as good as he did. Really looked nice. I also thought that the run defense didn't look all that good. Not a big concern, really. I still think we'll be stronger up front with Rankins and Quinnen Williams. The other one I thought was Josh Adams, the running back. I think he looked more explosive than LaMichael Pirine. So it's gonna be a really tough decision for the Jets with this running back. With all the people that they have in the backfield. Denver does have a defense. That's why that game is no gimme. I'm not really scared of Teddy Bridgewater. He does not strike fear in my heart. So I think we could win that game. It's just tough because it's on the road and they do have a tough defense. Saints game is at home and it is in December. Let's see. I'm way behind on this chat, guys. So sorry. Hamza, what are your thoughts? I love the Hamza Nasruddin draft pick at the time. I like it even more because I feel like he is just athletic, long, he can run. I think he's going to be good in coverage, and I think he just needs experience. And when he was at Florida State, he was a tackling machine. Dude was making plays all over the field, so I really like Hamza. I'm looking forward to watching him. I think he was probably my favorite Jets defensive player that was drafted. Sam Kim, I've always loved the Jets helmet and the colors. It's hard to root for a New York team from Oregon, though. Last time was Kellen Clemens. The Oregon Duck, Kellen Clemens. They drafted him in the second round. I'm very familiar with that. Absolutely. Good to hear from you, Sam. Thanks for the comment. This Dre, then you are in the running, sir. What's up, Robbie Oak? Robbie Oak, it's almost football season, so there's really no excuse. You got to start showing up more, man. He says some of our players making me nervous. Some really bad plays. Yes, Isaiah Dunn will not be on the football team. That was really bad by him. Jamie Sherwood was a little bit concerning as well. Interesting. This Eagles team is going to win the NFC East. A ton of players returning from injury. We don't agree too much, CD2K, but that's okay. I actually like the football team this year. Oh, they're calling that. They're leaving that play. They're saying William Cager was stripped. So it is Eagles ball. Micah Harling, bruh, actual game? Bruh, I can't actually put it on a live stream. That is illegal. Sorry. This is a watch party, not a put on the game stream. I can't do that. It's not allowed. Sorry, buddy. If you're trying to watch the game, best bet would be NFL Game Pass. Run off the right side. It is about a 6-7 yard gain for the running back. I'm going to try to just catch up to this chat. There we go. These refs are straight up effing us. Terrible pass by the Philadelphia Eagles. Quarterback Nick Mullins, really, really inaccurate. Should have been completed. Guy was wide open. Jon Snow is saying that the Eagles are the worst team in the NFC East. I don't disagree. I think they are kind of in that mode where they're about to be in the middle of a rebuild. They have a ton of draft capital moving forward. And I think they're going to be looking to get a quarterback next offseason. Quick pass by Nick Mullins. It is completed against Lamar Jackson. Did that call just stand because it's against us? My Jets complex is kicking in. I don't know, man. I didn't. It looked like he was down to me. That was a typo. It's the NFC least. Yeah, I thought I saw that L. I wasn't so sure. All right, shotgun formation, a run. Oh, big cut, big running lane. Holyfield, is that his name? Yeah, Holyfield. Really, really nice stop and go. in the middle there. I actually really like the football team in the NFC East. No way, mate. The team with no name will scare a lot of folks this year. That's how I see it, Sam. I posted about it on Twitter earlier today. I see the football team. They carry a big stick into every football game. They are loaded with pass rushers. They have a really nice defense. Their offensive line's pretty good. They've got some nice playmakers as well. They've got McLaurin on the outside at wide receiver. They just signed Curtis Samuel, who I love. They have the running back out of Memphis. His name is eluding me at the moment. They got some nice players in Washington. Handoff to the left side. It's wide open. About an 8-yard run there. The run defense is bad. I do like Washington, but let's be honest, they probably ain't doing better than 10-7. I think that's probably about right. Probably not better than 10 wins. That might be what it takes to win the division. We saw that they won the division with less wins. Dak Prescott could make, a big comeback, and the Cowboys could just be, they could go gangbusters this year. I still have a lot of questions about the Cowboys defense, though. That's why I give a slight edge to the football team. Yes, Gibson, that's right. Yep. I like him. Good receiver, good running back. I also like the football team's coaching. Ron Rivera is a really solid football coach. 2nd and 17 at the 27-yard line for the Eagles. There's 8.5 minutes left in the game. Shotgun pass. Throw it to the flat, to the running back. It's a gain of 2 yards, maybe 3. It's going to be 3rd and about 14. Giants 7 and 10. Okay. Eagles 5 and 12. Cowboys defense is bad. I put them about 9. Cowboys, I think they could have a pretty wide margin of wins and losses. I think they can win as many as 10 and 11, but I also think they're one of those teams. They could lose a bunch of games too. They have a wide win total, I think. Shotgun pass, 3rd and 14. No pressure really. Quick dump off to the running back. And he picks up a lot of yards. Picks up about 8-9 yards. So it's going to be 4th down. Looks like the Eagles might kick a field goal here. I have zero confidence that Jalen Hurts can be a competent, consistent starter. I love Jalen Hurts. Not as a player specifically. I love how he handled his benching in the national championship game. I think he's a great leader. But I think I'm with you here. I'm not sure he's got what it takes to be a week in and week out starter in the National Football League. The kick is up and it's good. It's going to be 24-10 with about 7 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. Dak, a dark horse fantasy QB. Honestly, I think I don't know if he's a dark horse, but he could definitely be a really, really good option in fantasy football. The guy that I'm looking for is Ryan Tannehill. I'll spill the beans because nobody in this chat is in my league. I think Ryan Tannehill is set up to have a monster season. And I get it, like Julio Jones coming in, like that makes it seem like that's the reason why. Tannehill has been really, really good the last couple of seasons. They've got a monster in the backfield. They've got A.J. Brown. They've got Julio Jones. They lost Jonnu Smith, which I think hurts their offense a little bit. But I really like Tannehill this year. I think he's a good dark horse, somebody that you could get later in the draft. And week to week, he's going to be pretty consistent. Support the channel. Thumbs up, guys. Easy. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, John Rogers. If you haven't hit the like button yet, please do so. And if you're watching this and you haven't subscribed, consider doing that too. We're doing a giveaway on Wednesday, September 1st. Giving away a signed Wayne Chrebet mini helmet. So help support the channel and give yourself a shot at a prize. There is a new OC. They don't have Arthur Smith anymore. That's a fair take. However, I can't imagine that they won't run things fairly similar. I will be honest, I don't know the offensive coordinator's name. I haven't looked into it that closely yet. My draft is still about a week away, and I usually do all of my analyzing and research within this last week or so. Oh, let's see. I picked Kyler for my fantasy quarterback. Ezra, I had Kyler Murray last season. He was a beast fantasy-wise. He's a great, great quarterback to have. I'm actually looking at Lamar Jackson this year in fantasy. I think he could have a pretty good doggone year this year. Down year last year compared to his MVP season. I think he could bounce back a little bit. Marquise Brown, they drafted the kid in the first round out of Minnesota. I like their tight ends. I like their running backs. J.K. Dobbins is another guy I really like in fantasy football. Amon Filgola. I like that. Let's see. Kick return, Vincent Smith makes a man miss. Bad tackling. He's up to the 30-yard line. He probably should have been brought down at like the 23-yard line. Sam Kim says, I'm not buying that Dak is going to stay healthy. Cowboys could spiral into another rut. I think he can stay healthy. It was really bad injury last year. Bad luck. I think he'll be okay, though. I think he'll bounce back. Yep, Rashad Bateman. I did a draft profile on him for the channel. Really liked him. He kind of reminds me of, he reminds me a little bit of Corey Davis. He's big. He's pretty fast. End around to Jeff Smith. They have done that shit all night long. He got a big gain, like 20-plus yards, 25 yards according to this stream. I'm not even watching the game at this point. Yeah, there's not too much to watch here right now. I'd like to see more from Josh Morgan. He looks pretty bad, though. Sheldon Rankins is being interviewed on the sideline right now. I like Tannehill, but I'm not worried about quarterbacks this year in fantasy. There's a lot of second tier. That's the thing. I've never really been one for paying a lot for a quarterback. We do an auction draft. I tend to find the value. I want the value at quarterback, and you're absolutely right. Typically in fantasy, you can get yourself a pretty good doggone deal at that position pretty late. So I am with you again. Play action pass. James Morgan all day to throw. Throws it to Josh Adams, who breaks the tackle and gets about 6 yards. Can Jackson put the team on his back, though? Lamar Jackson? Can he put the team on his back? I don't know if he's ever going to be a refined pocket passer, but he's a really good quarterback. He doesn't throw interceptions a whole lot. He can make plays with his legs. That's kind of an understatement, obviously. And I think that he can do enough passing that it makes it hard for defenses to game plan. Maybe the NFL will catch up. That was one of the things that somebody told him in an interview. He was like, I'm not sure about that. Somebody said that they think that the NFL will catch up to him. This is an interesting year for him. Did you guys see the Darnold gaudy stats? Temper that with the fact that Steelers threw the ball 9 times in the mid-third quarter. I haven't seen his stats. Sam Kim, please post them in the chat. I would love to see them. Tennessee lost Corey Davis. This is true. And I loved Corey Davis, and I actually predicted him to come to the Jets. I think it was the night before the free agency period opened. I thought that he felt like a Joe Douglas kind of guy. Kind of reminded me a little bit of Perriman. Kind of a big guy that can run really fast. Joe Douglas likes receivers like that. So, Titans lost because of their defense. Their offense wasn't explosive. Anything really change? No, but in terms of fantasy, though, I like Tannehill. Hand off to the left side. Josh Adams spin moves, breaks a tackle, gets about 2 yards. It's going to be 3rd and 3. Yeah, that's kind of how I see it. With Julio Jones, it's all about health. He's had some injuries kind of, haunt him over the last, 5 years or so. So we'll see. When do teams cut to 53? It is the deadline is August 31st, Robbie. So not real sure, when the cuts will begin, but they should start rolling in, though, over the next couple of days. Shotgun pass, quick to the tight end. Daniel Brown catches it. It's a first down for the New York Jets on 3rd and 3. That was a nice throw. A nice catch by Daniel Brown. Daniel Brown has had a pretty solid game. Darnold, 19 of 25, 162, and 2 touchdowns. I said it earlier. He is a 4th-year quarterback. He should do well in the preseason. Having said that, those are some very impressive stats. Maybe Darnold turns it around, man. I wouldn't rule it out. I would not rule it out. Single back formation, 3 wide receivers. Handoff to Josh Adams on the left side. He cuts it into the middle of the field. I love Josh Adams. He makes something when there's not always something there. He was completely boxed in on the left side. He stopped, found the hole in the middle, and then ran through it. I'm going to be really, really crushed if we have to get rid of Josh Adams, guys. If the Jets D rises to the occasion, Ulbrich may be a hot head coach candidate. I think the same thing could be said for Mike LaFleur. If Wilson does really well, he could be interviewed, no doubt. Single back formation, motion, Jeff Smith. They hand it to Jeff Smith again. He's either got the first down or he is inches short. It'll either be 1st and 10 or 3rd and inches. Remember, John, this isn't versus the starting defense. That's true. And again, this is not the starting offensive line, not the starting quarterback. I like the talent that I'm seeing. It's not just the production. It's also how he's kind of reading the defense and how he is able to explode when he sees a hole. 3rd and 1. Ty Johnson, handoff. Ooh, he just trucked a dude. Oh, he's got the muscles out, hyped up. He ran a guy over. He absolutely plowed him. 9-yard gain, first down. Yes, it is the preseason. And yes, always vanilla. Nobody's doing anything that is exotic, if you will, offensively or defensively. They're not going to show their hand before the season starts. Yes, that was a big, big run. Big hit as well. We're about 2 minutes away from the 4th quarter, so it's shotgun formation, motioned. Ty Johnson, handoff, rips an 8-yard run. It's going to be 2nd and 2. Darnold needs a fresh start. I was down on the trade, but when I watch Zach, that feeling goes away. Yep. I still think I had said it when the trade happened. I had said it before the trade happened because we all kind of expected it, or at least I did. There is a world that exists where Darnold does well for the Panthers and Zach Wilson does well for the Jets. That's definitely something that can happen. Shotgun, Josh Adams. There was no room to run. He kind of hesitated. It's going to be 3rd and 2. Hit that like button, guys. John's been more entertaining than the game, for crying out loud. I'm trying, dude. I'm losing my voice over here. I'm thirsty. That's the one thing I will say about the solo streams is I never shut up. And so I'm just like... There's a minute left in the 3rd quarter. 3rd and 2. They're in the huddle. Shotgun again. Ty Johnson is the lone back. 5 seconds left. 3, 2, snap, handoff. Ty Johnson, first down of about 3 or 4 yards, just right up the gut. Ty is underrated. He is my favorite running back this year to surprise some people, I think. I really, really like Ty Johnson. I don't think he's going to be named the starter. I think that's going to be Tevin Coleman early in the season. But I really liked what I've seen from Ty. He runs hard and he's very decisive. I think he's a really good one-cut back. Fits the scheme really nicely. Single back. William Cager in motion. Handoff. Ty Johnson makes a move and he's in the end zone. Touchdown. That'll be the end of the third quarter. Ty Johnson looked really nice. I don't care that it's versus the backups because he has the offensive line of a backup offensive line. Nice running by Ty Johnson. Christopher Merkovich says we are terrible at short yardage situations regardless of which offensive line is in there. We'll see during the season, Christopher. Let's wait. I'm not going to say any aspect of our team sucks until I watch it week 1. We can start making those proclamations right as soon as that game is over. We can talk. I will be live streaming, guys, if you're new to the channel. We have a Wednesday podcast. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. we do a live Sunday post-game show at 8 p.m. as well. And I have people on the show with me. The kick is up and it's good by Amendola. So he is 2 for 2 on extra points and he's got a field goal to his name as well tonight. So Chris, I'm not dismissing you. You could be right, but I'm going to wait till the season to make that proclamation. Rick Fisher just got back from Iceland. What have I missed so far? You missed the game. Rick Fisher, it's good to see you in the chat though. Thank you for stopping by. Jeffrey Schmidt, a new member of the NYJ Today channel. He says, Ty Johnson to the house. Dude, I'm telling you, it's crazy what we went through last year. If you really sit down and you think about what we went through last year, it's like it doesn't even seem possible what we went through. Dan Feeney is awful. I would agree with that take. Dan Feeney has not looked good this preseason. And I think that's what you can take away from preseason is kind of like those individual performances. And individually, he has looked bad. That was an interesting drive. I thought it was a very good drive. They just kind of ran the ball down their throat. Let's see. That's right, Dennis. It is a marathon. If you're not in first place in the first 5 miles of a marathon, it's too soon, you know? You can get the lead. Let's see. I think they put Ty back into work on his dancing issue from the first half, and he seemed to correct it. Nice to see. I'm still not going to agree with you, Frankie, but that's okay. I'm going to say he was trying to be patient, I think, earlier in the game. But no big deal. You do see it differently than I do, and it's no big deal. By the way, guys, if you're watching this, Frankie also has a Jets YouTube channel. He's still, in the early stages, but if you are as obsessed with the Jets as I am, go ahead and check his channel out. He also has one. Morgan can't throw. Yeah, they did run it a lot, and Morgan hasn't looked all that good tonight. He had a couple of good throws on that drive, though. I will give him credit. Denzel Mims, Jamison Crowder for Barnett. No. What are you doing? You're trading away. I would trade Crowder. For a defensive end with some youth and some upside. There's no freaking way I'm giving away Denzel Mims and Jamison Crowder. I think that's too much. Chat, let him know what you think. Would love to hear that. There's JD. They got him in the box. He's smiling. Good for him. All right. There are Dan Feeneys on every squad. That's a really good take. There are no teams out there in the NFL that are 7 deep at offensive line. It just doesn't happen. well, I guess 7 deep. You know, like when I say 7 deep, what I mean by that is they don't have like 7 really good offensive linemen. So that's a fair take by you, Sam Kim. Shotgun formation for the Eagles. Play action, screen left. It's wide open. And he gets about 15 yards on first down. I like our backfield CD2K. And by the way, CD2K, you are welcome to the channel anytime. You have been loading great questions into the chat. That is something that I'm always going to read. Is it a strength? I think it can be a strength if our offensive line performs. A nice throw over the middle. It was one of those not option plays. Frick. Can't think of the word. Not a read option. Shit. Any run option. RPO. There we go. Golly. It was an RPO, and he threw it right over the middle of the field. It was a nice throw. Alex Barisha says, Mims stays. I agree. Mims can't go anywhere. I don't want him going anywhere. Crowder for Barnett would be a bit of a stretch. Don't touch my Mims. I'm with you. I think that we could probably get more back for Crowder. Like we could trade Crowder for Barnett and maybe another pick. I don't think the Eagles need a receiver though. Handoff. 2nd and 9. He gets about 1 yard, maybe a yard and a half. Welp, I'm done for the night. Thanks for the live stream, John. Thanks for the convos. Chat people, have a good night, everyone, and hit that like button. Grant Rude, thank you. He's been here since the beginning, the birth of NYJ today. Thank you for being here. Have a great night. I will see you hopefully on Sunday night for our post-game show. Excuse me. They are talking to JD on the broadcast. Yes, I see that too. I wish I knew what he was saying. 3rd and 7 at the 40-yard line. It's a run. Ugh. 10-yard gain. Ugh. Terrible. Looks like there's a holding penalty, though, so it's going to come back. That's good. How much did Zach play? Zach didn't play a single play. He was wearing clothing like you and me, just wearing street clothing. He did not suit up. He was not in the game. Let's see. Good night, Grant. They talking to JD on the broadcast? Yep. So, David Glauberman, backup QB thoughts. Do we go after Nick Foles? No, we will not go after Nick Foles. I did say a couple of times during the offseason I would have liked to go after Nick Foles. However, I think that if anybody's going to get Nick Foles, it would be the Colts. But I think Carson Wentz is okay. I think they probably won't trade him. Another screen to the left side. Ugh, and they almost give up the first down on 3rd and 14. It's going to be 4th and 1. I love you too, M. Thanks for the chat. Hope you consider subscribing. Hope you consider joining the channel, becoming a member. Good point. Devonta Smith is the real deal. 4th and 1, they pick it up with a run up the middle. There are 12 minutes left in the 4th quarter. So, David, back to your question. I think they're going to stand pat. If you had told me at the beginning of the offseason that that's what they were going to do, I would have said that's crazy. I don't like it. But I've seen Mike White play now. I've seen Josh Johnson play now. I actually am okay with the decision. I think they made the right call here. So I'm good. I'm thinking they stick with what they got. Another RPO. It's a completed pass over the middle for another 12 yards. Blake Cashman with the tackle. Do you want the Jets to suck? No, I do not want the Jets to suck. I want to win games right now. No more losing. Another RPO. Hell of a catch. Strip the ball out. He's got the ball. Get the ball. Oh! It's going to be a touchback, right? Yeah, it's the Jets football. They just stripped the ball out at like the 2-yard line. That's pretty cool. Mitchell Yules, I think the Jets go 8-9. Love the Lucario profile pick, by the way, bro. 8-9 is definitely not impossible. Jason Pinnock with the strip. Good for you, Jay Pinney. 8-9 is not out of the realm of possibility. I've been saying 6 to 8 wins all off season, so I am cool with that. Joe Gallucci, how'd we score our last touchdown? It was a Ty Johnson run. Backup quarterback. Something tells me Mullins in Philadelphia will become available and Saleh will try to scoop him up. Maybe. I don't know, man. I just think they're going to stand pat. I think that's my guess right now. I think they're going to keep Mike White. They might keep a third in Josh Johnson. Eagles are better than the Jets. We play the Eagles this December. The Eagles have won one Super Bowl in their history. The Jets have won one as well. Maybe you're right. I don't know. I'm not real big on smack talk, but if you feel confident in your Eagles, that's awesome. No worries. Get an edge rusher already. Yeah, I'm with you, man. I feel like they should trade for somebody. I feel like that would be smart. And let's see. So the Eagles are a taller midget. Goody for you. I hope we win this game, and then we will be 1-11 against the Eagles in the preseason, is what he's saying, I believe. The Jets have never won a regular season game versus the Philadelphia Eagles. That's a fact. So maybe that's why M is talking all this trash. No worries. I have no problems with it. It doesn't really bother me. Some people get upset. Not this guy. Let's see. That is one thing Jay Penny can do. Strong hands. Jay Penny, what the things that I've seen of him on film and the things that I've read about him is that he can win the first 5 to 10 yards in coverage. Really, really good in press situations. His thing that he's gonna need to get better at is he's gonna need to get better at the after those first 10 yards, he's got to be able to turn and run. And technique is what he needs. If he can improve his technique, he can be a Richard Sherman, like a light version of Richard Sherman. He's a big, long dude, and he fits the scheme really nicely. So I have high hopes for Jay Penny. They should rename MetLife the Becton House of Pancakes. I like that. Josh Adams, run up the middle. He is just killing it tonight. 8-yard game. Looked good. Captain Morgan playing for his spot on the roster here. I think he's playing, honestly, if I'm going to be honest with you, Jeffrey, I think he's playing for a practice squad spot. That's just my take. Someone posted a Huff video from practice. Dude has some serious bend and balance. Bryce Huff can get after it on the edge. There's no question about it. And he's shown, Josh Adams. Run left, big gain. Bryce has shown, in the analytics that, he's trending up. He's on the upswing in his career. And the question is how far can he take it? How far can the Jets coaching staff get him? How high of a level can they elevate him? So I agree. This defense is going to suck if we don't get a pass rusher. Well, we still get pass rush from Quinnen Williams and Sheldon Rankins, Jonathan Franklin Myers, I feel good about. Play action pass. There's a free rusher. Gets smashed. Hits right in the face. Morgan took a big hit there. Trade for Joey Bosa. I would love that, wouldn't I? But they probably would have to give up a second-round pick, and I'm not in favor of doing that. That's not a terrible idea, though. Christy Marie, it's good to see you back in here. She says, what would it cost to snatch Chandler Jones away from the Cardinals? Oh, this is a great question. So Chandler Jones is 31 years old, and a very, very good football player. He is right on the precipice of having 100 sacks in his career. So this is a really good pass rusher. Play action pass. Throws to the right about 5 yards to Ty Johnson. It's going to be 3rd and 5. I would not trade for Chandler Jones because this team is not, it's not like if we trade for Chandler Jones, we're not all of a sudden in the playoff race in the AFC East. So, and I think it would cost a lot. I think we would have to give up at least a 2nd round pick for Chandler Jones. And I'm just not interested in doing that. So what would it cost? I would say right now, probably a 2nd round pick, I would guess. Maybe a 3rd. But nobody's biting at that. You know, he asked to be traded. I think he's on the trading block or something like that. I personally wouldn't trade for him, but that doesn't mean that he's not talented and that he wouldn't be able to help us. I'm just thinking long term here. I'm thinking about trying to get a player that's younger who can help the team now and potentially down the road. David Globerman is saying that CJ Mosley will have a great year. If he does, that's going to help us a lot. We need him to have a big year. Trade 1 second and a 3rd for Carlos Dunlap. I'm not keen on trading away any of our 2nd round picks, Mitchell. It's not a terrible idea because Carlos is a good pass rusher and he would fit the scheme. I'm just really not interested in giving up a 2nd round pick. Can we see the Eagles game on the screen? I cannot show you that because that is not allowed on the internet. I can't stream the game. My channel would be striked. And I'm sure that the YouTube police would be all over me. And I'm not interested in doing that. Yeah, I don't see JD making these moves. That would interfere with his long-term build. Just keep in mind, guys, and we've been talking about it a lot tonight. This team's not, they have a lot of holes. And if they trade for an edge, that's good. But they just can't give up premium draft picks to do so. It's too risky in my mind. Trade for Bobby Wagner. You have a lot of trade ideas. I like it. I don't think Bobby Wagner's going anywhere, dude. The Seattle Seahawks, and I don't think they re-signed him not that long ago. I don't see that as a possibility. Bobby Wagner has been an absolute stud for the Seahawks, though, for a really long time. I hope we win a Super Bowl within the next 10 years. I hope we win a Super Bowl, period. But you're right. In the next 10 years, that would be awesome. Ben Affleck reduced to doing betting app commercials. Sad. Oh. All right, let's see here. JD in this interview isn't speaking like a GM who is lacking for confidence in this roster. If you want to give me the cliff notes on what he said, like really, really like just like itty bitty pieces, I would love that. No pressure if you don't feel like typing that up. Rick Fisher, wow, we never beat the Eagles in the regular season. Yes, that has never happened. We have never beaten the Eagles in the regular season. So that December game is a big one, man. Maybe within a few years we trade for Calais Campbell. Calais Campbell will probably be retired in a couple of years, and he would not be a great scheme fit. He is a great 3-4 player, and we run a 4-3. Why am I so against trading a 2nd round pick? We have 2 next year. So for the reasons that we've kind of talked about already, we have a ton of holes still. I think we have holes at safety in this upcoming offseason because Marcus May is on the tag right now. We don't know what's going to happen with him. LaMarcus Joyner's on a 1-year deal. We don't know what's going to happen with him. Yes, Calais Campbell is old. Edge. We saw what happened once Carl Lawson got hurt. The edge position is like we don't have anybody really. So edge, cornerback. I know we drafted a bunch late in the draft this year, but we need a guy who can be a real stud on the outside. So cornerback to me is a big hole. 3rd and 4. Whoa, did he catch that? That was an impressive throw. That was the best throw of the night. If that was a completed pass, that was a dart he just threw. Did he catch it? Yeah, it looks like he did. William Cager got his hands underneath. How many minutes are in the quarter? You can see on the screen about 9 minutes left. That will be a completed catch. He had his hands under that ball, definitely. There was no doubt about that. For sure, a completed pass. They will challenge that. They will win that challenge. It will be first down New York Jets. There will be free agents, and I totally am getting you with that's totally fair to point out, but I'm not done going over all of our holes. Cornerback, tight end, edge, offensive line. We still need some offensive linemen on this team. I know it sounds crazy, but we could probably use another wide receiver. Jamison Crowder is on a 1-year deal. Keelan Cole on a 1-year deal. We have Berrios. I don't know what his contract looks like, but he might not even be on the team next year. Same thing with Vincent Smith. He might not be on the team next year. So receiver conceivably could be another hole that this team needs to address next offseason. I like our running backs a lot. Maybe the Jets want to get another running back in the mix. Tevin Coleman won't be back next year. Ty Johnson, if he doesn't, do what I expect him to do, he might not be brought back next year. So there's just a lot of holes. Linebacker. Jared Davis is, I think, on a 1 or 2 year deal. I don't remember which one. He might be gone after this year. CJ Mosley, if he doesn't live up to expectations, I do believe that he will, but they might cut him. They might be able to save too much money and they might be able to just move on. I don't know what's going to happen, dude. So projecting free agency, I think, is a risky move because we don't know what's going to happen. But there are a lot of holes on this team. So keeping those premium picks, to me, is the smart move. I'm not comfortable trading away a first or a second. If you disagree with that take, no worries at all. The Jets' preseason offense is light years ahead of the Gase regular season. Oh, nonsense. That's a good take by you. Coin for you. So you will not fix all of that with an extra second-round pick. No, that's true. But trading it away for a player like Chandler Jones is a risky move. That's what I'm saying. I think that it's better to keep the asset, the second-round pick, than to trade for a veteran. That's just my personal take. Alex, you seem to disagree with me, and there's no problem with that. Frankie, I am with you. Did they? Okay, yeah, they did reverse it. So that will happen, I think, at some point, Frankie. Probably not in the preseason. I don't know if that'll be a good look. But you're right, though. It would be nice to see him, get a little fiery with the refs. I think it'll come in the regular season. Let's see. Yeah, that dart that he threw to Cager was the best throw of the game. Play action pass, rolls to the left, throws it running to the left, throws to the left to Kenny Yeboah. 17-yard gain. Nice looking throw again by Morgan. He's getting warmed up now. Practice squad, let's go. No on free agents. Save the money for our guys. Pay guys who have shown they can play in this market. I was good with giving out the contracts to Corey Davis and to Carl Lawson. I'm kind of with you on this one, CD2K. I think we should start to look to sign some of our own guys. Quinnen Williams is going to be up for a contract. Jeffrey Schmidt, says Yeboah sighting. I want to see Kenny Yeboah on the practice squad. He's looked okay tonight. That catch was nice. Morgan again, nice throw. He looks like Zach. Anyone else very happy with LaFleur's offensive play designs? See, Wally, we haven't seen nothing yet. That's what's exciting. The offense does have nice designs in the preseason. Just wait till the regular season, though, dude. It's going to be even better. Because I guarantee you there are going to be some things that we see on week 1 that we didn't see during the preseason. Little wrinkles to the offensive game plan and the play calling. There's no doubt in my mind. But yes, to answer your question, C. Wally, yes. Very happy with what I've seen from him. I like his play calling. I also like the motions that we've been using in preseason. And again, we haven't seen anything yet. He's going to do even more of that kind of stuff during the regular season. Yep, we got a Yeboah sighting. There was an injured Eagle on the play, so that's why there has been a little bit of a delay here. There are still 8 minutes left in the game. LaFleur really likes to stack 2 tight ends on the same side of the line. I think that opens up deception. 2 tight end sets are very, very nice. I think the fact that we didn't have a lot of 2 tight end sets in general with Gase was stupid. 2 tight ends to the left, running to the middle left. Gain of about 5 for Josh Adams. Braden says, I'd love Morgan to get a touchdown. Come on, James. Captain Morgan. Come on, buddy. Is this a question? Are you asking me who the worst player from the Jets is? I need you to be a little bit more specific. Looks like we got a touchdown on the next play, guys. I hope they go for 2, by the way. Looks like a Kenny Yeboah touchdown. I'm going to watch the play, and I will give you 3rd and 3 from the 21-yard line. Shotgun formation. Yeboah to the right. Adams to the left. Yeboah right up the seam. Good for him. I'm happy for Yeboah. I'm very, very happy for Yeboah. He started the preseason as about as bad and embarrassing a way as you could imagine. He fumbled on the very first play that he was targeted on. This is great for that kid. And I really, really hope they don't just cut him. Frankie says, I saw that coming from the formation. I didn't see that specifically, but I love that we stretched the middle of the field there. That's something that Yeboah can do that maybe Croft isn't as great at, with using a little bit more straight line speed. Everybody's excited by that touchdown, and we are going for 2. This is the right call. It is just preseason. If it were regular season, you'd kick the extra point. All day to throw. He throws an interception, and he gets tackled in the end zone. The interception's not a big deal. He had to throw it on a 2-point conversion. An interception is, honestly, that's the correct thing to do. You don't just take a sack. Yeah, this is true, Frankie. Somewhere Green Bean is smiling behind that luscious beard of his. I'm intrigued by Fan at left tackle. Mishkai hasn't shown the ability to stay on the field. I think he'll be okay. He had a concussion, man. Those kinds of things can happen to anybody. I'm still very optimistic about Mr. Becton. This has been a ton of fun. Really appreciate everybody hanging out with me. If you have not hit the like button, please do me a favor and hit that like button. We almost got to 100 likes tonight, which would have been really cool. And I just thank you again. This has been, like I said, this has been a lot of fun to talk Jets football with you guys. This will be the last live game stream of the season, which is kind of sad. I don't think I'll be doing this during the regular season. But this has been a really good thing. I will probably do this every preseason from here on out. This is just too much fun to not do. So thanks for being a part of it. M is asking me to name the worst player from the Jets. I will name the worst Jets player if you name the worst Eagles player. How about that? I'll play the game if you play the game first. Mikey, what's up? Just got in here. Not much, man. We just saw Yeboah score a touchdown. James Morgan was really quite impressive on a couple of those throws there. I'd like to see him on the practice squad. So, yeah, it's been a fun little game to watch, honestly. With 48 on the field, they were running. Whoa, sorry. What in the hell? I wish that the setup that I have, I wish that the chat was a little bit easier to resize. Tackled by JT Hassel. It's a 2-yard gain on the run. Vervain says Herndon is done. That would surprise me, Vervain. I'm not going to say I disagree with you, but that would surprise me. I will say if they cut Herndon in favor of Yeboah, that to me would be very, very surprising. But you might not be wrong. There are people who agree with you completely. Let's see here. Did we miss the extra point? No, we went for 2. Handoff up the middle, tackled for no gain. It's going to be 3rd and 8 with 6 minutes left. They went for 2 because it's the preseason. Nobody wants a tie in the preseason. Nobody wants to go to overtime in the preseason. So the coaches all do that. They're going to either go for the 2 points to take the lead, or they're going to miss the 2 points so that they're not tied. Jason Pinnock is playing pretty well, which is great. I'm glad. I talked about him in my preview for the game. I was looking forward to watching him play tonight, and I was hoping he'd have a nice game. There was a big blitz, big hit, and ooh. Lots of fire there from Dawkins. It's 4th and 8. The Eagles will be punting it. The Jets are trying to come back, man. They're trying to win the game. They're trying to go 3-0 in the preseason. Dawkins should have had a pick there. He dropped it. Was there a Chris Herndon sighting? Not really. He didn't really do a whole lot tonight. Why go for 2 when there's still 7 minutes left? Alex, I just explained it to you. No coach wants a tie in the preseason. No coach wants to go to overtime in the preseason. They want to make sure that the game ends when the clock reaches 0. So that is a unwritten rule of the preseason in the NFL. Tie games, especially in the 4th quarter, are like a no-no. You go for 2 if you score, because you'll either take the lead or you'll be behind by 1 point. Yeah, we've got M in here talking about Carson Wentz on the Eagles. He is not an Eagle anymore. Let's see. Mitchell Ewells, you've asked me a couple of times about this. Isaiah Simmons is not on the trade block. He was drafted in the 1st round just this past year. There's no way we're trading for him. Lyle Collins of the Cowboys, he's a starter. They're not trading him. Marcus Peters, he's a starter for the Ravens, I believe. He's not going anywhere. Play action right, bombing it. Oh, could have been intercepted there. That was a... I don't really like him throwing it there. It wasn't really open. Yes, but there is time left to score for either team. That's true, but like I said, it's the same thing I'm going to say. They don't want ties in the 4th quarter. So it doesn't matter if there's more time. They don't want to go to overtime, even if there's still 8 minutes left in the 4th quarter. They're going to go for 2 because they don't want to extend the game. That's just the way it is. That's why they did it. So you can agree with that or disagree with that, but pretty much everybody in the National Football League does that. Shotgun formation, 2nd and 10. Looking left, throws left, quick pass, 3 or 4 yard gain. It's going to be 3rd and 6. Scott Linder, what's up, dude? Not sure what that question or what that comment means, but hope you're doing well. Fly, Eagles, fly. I think we could win this game, sure. And it would be nice for our young guys on the team. I think that's kind of like a something that they would enjoy, going 3-0 in the preseason. So, all right, 3rd and 6 with 4 minutes and 41 seconds left. Shotgun formation, Josh Adams to the left, Yeboah to the right. All day to throw. Ugly pass. Could have very easily been intercepted. There were 3 people around William Cager there. Not a great look, because there must have been somebody else open. There were literally 3 people by William Cager, so not great eyes. Morgan, yeah, it's like he's like hit or miss. You know what I mean? Like he's kind of streaky. Like he went on that streak of like really, really impressive throws, and then he just kind of stinks it up in the last couple. I know it's the preseason. Enough with the stupid 3 and outs. Yep, didn't I say Lawrence Cager? Or did I say a different name? If I didn't, I meant Lawrence Cager. My apologies if I said a different name. Aiden, thanks for commenting. All right, 4 minutes and 18 seconds left. Salah got his hands on his knees. He wants this win, man. 1st and 10. Oh, I think I may have. You're probably right. And if I did, my apologies. Are we carrying 7 wide receivers? I like Vincent Smith to be the 7th. He's a special teaser. I say, me personally, handoff to the right, 8-yard gain for the Eagles on 1st down. I personally wouldn't keep 7, but we talked about it tonight during the stream. I don't think it's impossible that they keep 7. They have 7 receivers that are worth keeping on a roster. I think that Berrios would definitely go to it. He would sign with another team if we cut him. I think that Vincent Smith would probably go to another team if we cut him. Will they keep 7? I don't know. It's a great question. I would prefer to keep Vincent Smith over Berrios if we're going to keep 6. Shotgun formation, 2nd and 1. Handoff, 1st down, gain of 3 yards. Have we learned anything this evening in this game, good or bad? Yes, good question. Again, dude, you're awesome. Thank you so much for being here tonight. Yeah, the kicking game, the kicker, Matt Amendola, he had another game where he looked very good. 2 extra points and a 31-yard field goal. I think he's going to be the week 1 starter. I loved what I saw out of Ty Johnson. So he's going to make the team. I think that would be crazy if he didn't. I love what I saw out of Josh Adams. And again, if they decide to cut him, that's going to really, really sting. I liked Jason Pinnock tonight. He looked good. Screen to the right. Hamilka Rashid Jr. with the tackle. That was a nice hustle play by him. Good or bad? Let's see what else is good. Josh Johnson looked good, I thought. That was good from tonight. Vincent Smith was very nice when he played. I think he's going to make the team. I still think Berrios is on the bubble. I think that he could get cut. Trying to think if there's any other things. It's 2nd and 6. The Eagles are at the 29-yard line with 2 minutes left. They do need to snap the ball before the 2-minute warning. Handoff up. Oops, I'm sorry. They play actioned, and it's a gain of a couple, 2 yards. It's going to be 3rd down. It's the 2-minute warning. Frankie, I was just about to get to that. You read my mind. So the bad tonight, it was not good tackling. Jamian Sherwood missed a few tackles, also took a couple of bad angles and pursuit angles. Hassel had a couple of good and bad plays. I think he was part of the first touchdown that the Eagles had where we missed like 2 tackles. Other bad, I think Isaiah Dunn's a goner. I don't think there's any chance he makes the team, nor do I think he makes the practice squad. He's looked pretty bad this preseason. Alex Berisha, Ty Johnson looked terrible in the first half. You're not the only one. Frankie agrees with you. I saw it a little differently, but I'm a little biased. I like Mr. Johnson a lot. But you're not the only one that thought he didn't look so good in the first half. Again, I'll be honest with you, running backs in general, a lot of it's dictated by the blocking. That's why you see so many running backs that are drafted late have success, because they land on teams that have really, really good blocking schemes and just really good offensive linemen in general. Mike Gee, you read my mind. That is starting to definitely concern me. Week 1, we have a big time matchup problem on defense. Who is covering Christian McCaffrey? Marcus May? I don't know. I think maybe CJ Mosley can do some of that, but dude, let me tell you something. Christian McCaffrey's receiving ability is worrying the hell out of me in that first game. Yes, CJ will be out there with Sherwood in the regular season this game. He was the defensive quarterback, calling the plays a lot for the kid. True. And again, I think playing next to Mosley definitely helps him a little bit, but he's got a lot on his plate. Even after not calling plays, like after tonight, he's not going to be calling the plays in week 1. There's still he's going to get a lot of playing time. And so he's going to have to step up a little bit. He can't be missing tackles. He can't be taking poor pursuit angles. It's going to kill our defense if we don't have good coverage on these running backs. So am I panicked? No, not by any means at all. I am a little bit concerned, though, specifically week 1. CMC could cause a lot of problems in the receiving game. It is 3rd and 4. 3rd and 4 from the 31-yard line. Wide receiver in motion to the right. Drops back to pass, throws a slant. They throw a flag, which is very surprising. They throw a flag on Jason Pinnock here. I'm going to have to watch the replay here. Darius Slay has joined us. What's up? I'm guessing he's an Eagles fan. Let me check the penalty before I agree or disagree with you, Darius. Let me watch this specifically. That's a close one. That's a close one because he did have his arm over his left arm. I'm not sure anybody's really mad about it. I'm not mad about it. It's preseason. But I will say that was a close call. I think that could have been called. It could have also not been called. I don't know if it's clearly pass interference. 1st and 10, 2-yard gain. So within 5 yards, you can push them. But once the ball's in the air, though, it doesn't matter if it's within 5 yards. Once the ball goes in the air, if you're making contact, the 5-yard thing is kind of out the window. But I do hear what you're saying, Frankie. Like I said, though, pretty close call. It could have gone either way. I don't know if it was a terrible call. But again, it was close. I'm not watching the Chiefs game. I would love to. Let's see here. It is 2nd and 8 with 1:52 left. The Jets have 1 timeout left, so it's going to be really, really hard for them to get the ball back here with any amount of time left. 2nd and 8, it's a handoff run to the right side and a decent tackle by 46. I think that's Eifler. Darius, you're not understanding why they went for 2. It's the preseason, my man. They went for 2 because they don't want a tie. Every NFL coach does that in the preseason because they don't care about winning and losing these games. They just don't want ties, and they don't want to go to overtime. So that's why they went for 2. And again, I'll just remind you, the win or the loss doesn't really matter. It's preseason. But I'm glad you joined us. Thanks for stopping by. That is also true. They did take some time to throw that flag, but again, there was contact once the ball was in the air, so it's not a terrible call. They throw a pass, which I find very strange. The Eagles throw a pass. It's incomplete. Really bad throw. It was a an RPO. Let's see. Yeah, that could have been an easy first down. Really, really bad throw there. So the Jets will get the ball back. And you know what? I'm hoping for a field goal here because I would like to see Matt Amendola with a lot of pressure here. This would be a good opportunity to see how he handles those kind of stressful situations. Who would you prefer to be quarterback to? That's a great question, Mike Gee. I really liked what I've seen from Mike White in the preseason. And I think that the Jets didn't play him tonight because I think they've already made their decision. He's probably penciled in right now as the backup. I really liked what I saw out of Josh Johnson, though. I'm just not sure he makes the football team as a third quarterback. And again, if they wanted Josh Johnson as the backup, they would have been playing him more in the preseason. Let's see. M, you have the broadcast on your screen. It says 2nd and 7. On my screen, it's 1st and 10. The Jets have the ball with 1 minute and 38 seconds left. It is a shotgun formation. There is 1 minute and 38 left. Daniel Brown in motion. It's a pass. Quick throw to the running back, Josh Adams, who does get out of bounds. That almost looked like a horse collar there. I actually like Cheerios and the Smith Bros, but I know we can't keep them all. Jeff Smith, I don't think has any shot. I know you probably would agree with that. Shotgun, throwing it again, 2nd and 7. Oh my God. Ugly. He started to throw, changed his mind, tried to re-grip the ball. It slipped out of his hands, incomplete. 3rd and 7. There is 1 minute and 15 seconds left. Third and 7, shotgun again. Throws complete. Fumble, Ruski. Daniel Brown fumbled it. It looks like it will be a touchdown for the Eagles. They'll probably review that, but that certainly looked like a fumble there by Daniel Brown. You can go ahead and put him in for being cut. We don't have a worthy backup QB on our roster. You don't know that. We saw some Mike White. I know you probably wanted somebody with more experience, and that's a fair take. But we don't know, man. Mike White looked pretty good in the preseason. I think it's fair to say that the Jets are doing what they think is the best for the team. But you could be right, Alex. Maybe this guy gets on the field at some point and doesn't look good. But we don't know, man. The hopeful thing is that Zach Wilson never misses a game, and we don't even have to worry about our backup. Mike Gee's given a thumbs down. Looks like Daniel Brown definitely coughed the ball up there. It would have been a first down, I'm pretty sure. It's going to be a touchdown for the Eagles, and that's going to do it I think for this game, the Jets will get the ball back with a minute or so, or less, I should say. It's a 7-point game right now, so technically if they went for 2, the game would, and they got it, it would be over because it would be 9 points. Yeah, there definitely goes his opportunity. I didn't think he was going to make the squad anyway, regardless of that play. But yeah, not a good look. All right. The Eagles are kicking an extra point. And they got it. Yep, just barely. So it's an 8-point game. I think the Jets will actually not try to score. I think they'll just try to run the ball out here. Because again, like I'd said earlier in the broadcast, teams don't want ties in the preseason. They don't want overtime. So my guess would be is that they will just let the clock run out here. Thanks, John. Great stream. Better than watching solo. Good night, everyone. Thank you, Robbie Oak, for joining us. Before I start to lose a bunch of you, thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. If you have not liked the stream yet, go ahead and hit a like button for me. Support the channel. I really appreciate it. Even if you're an Eagles fan, good luck to you guys this season. And thanks for watching. If you're a Jets fan and you're watching this right now, come hang out with me on Sunday night. We will talk all about this game. Chad and I will be on. If you come on Wednesday night, we will be announcing the winner of the giveaway for the Wayne Chrebet helmet. Mike Gee, good comment. It is going to be very interesting to see the cuts around the National Football League. And you're right. The Jets do hold a good waiver wire positioning, so they can be active. There's no doubt about it in free agency after cuts have been made. There's not one team in the NFL that would go with a rookie quarterback and not have an experienced backup. The Jets did it. They're taking the kickoff out, and he just kind of trots out of bounds on the right sideline. Alex, I hear your argument, and I hear your take, and you're not alone. The only thing I will say is that the Jets' offensive coaching really, really believes in themselves. They have a lot of confidence that they can develop Zach Wilson. They're not going to rely on a veteran to do that job. So I think that's what they're thinking. They're thinking that they want to coach this kid. They don't necessarily want, a Nick Foles coaching him up. I don't agree with it either. I would have gone after somebody like a Nick Foles. I would have even gone after CJ Beathard from the 49ers. Drops back to pass, launches a ball down the field into double coverage, incomplete. Good game to you, Rashad. Thanks for hanging out with us. Mike Gee, have a great night. Thanks for stopping by, my man. Okay, it is second down. And there's 54 seconds left. This game is almost over. Thanks again for joining me tonight, guys. I had a lot of fun hanging out with you. Once this Jets drive is over, I will end the stream. Hope you all have a good night. Again, I hope to see you guys Sunday night. And again, for our Wednesday night podcast. Thank you again, Rashad. Very classy of you. Thanks a lot. Hope you guys have a good season. Completed pass to Cager, about 7 yards. The clock stops. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need to announce while I'm sitting here. What do you call arrogance? Are you saying the fact that they didn't go after a veteran quarterback? I'm agreeing with you. I think that they probably should have. But if they feel like they can do they can do all of the coaching, I tip my cap to them. I like the confidence. You're saying it's arrogance. I don't know if I buy that one necessarily. I just think that they are very confident in the situation that they're doing right now. And I think what they're thinking in their head is that they can roll over some cap space into the 22 offseason if they don't get a backup. And again, think about it this way, Alex. If Zach Wilson went down for the season, or even if he missed like a huge chunk of time, we're not really competing for a Super Bowl this year. So having a really good backup quarterback doesn't really change our season projection in my mind. Completed pass to Yeboah over the middle of the field. They're going to need to spike it. There's about 35 seconds left. I'm surprised they're running plays here. I would have thought they would have just let the clock roll out. They do not spike it. James Morgan is hit. Oh, Lord. Get down, boy. He's tackled. It was stripped, and he gathered the ball up and tried to run with it. There's less than 20 seconds left on the clock. Spiked it now. It's 3rd and 11 with 13 seconds left. I'm kind of questioning why I'm even watching it at this point. Time will prove them wrong, I'm pretty sure. I hope not. I hope not, man. I'm a Jets fan. I'm not trying to be biased and just blindly support the Jets, but I can see the logic. Again, you and me would have done it differently. We would have gone after a veteran quarterback, but we're not a part of the Jets coaching staff or the front office, so we don't get to make those decisions. Shotgun formation, 3rd and 11. This will probably be just a Hail Mary, I would assume. It is not. It's a dump off to the flat. 6 seconds left in the game. It's going to be about 4th and 4. I hope you don't take offense to the disagreement, Alex, because I don't think we really disagree. I think we pretty much see it the same way. I think they should have gone after a backup just like you did. The only difference would be is that you really do not like the fact that Mike White is the backup. To me personally, I don't really see it as a huge deal. This is Hail Mary territory. 6 seconds left. James Morgan running to the right. He's going to pop it in the end zone here. Launches the football in the air. It's popped up. No shit. No shit. Kenny Yeboah just caught a Hail Mary touchdown. Wow. Oh my God. Good for Yeboah. That's crazy. I don't want them to go for 2. I know that's going to maybe upset some of you guys. I want this game over with. Let's just finish the game out. I don't know. What do you guys think? Go for 2? I can't believe they just completed that. CD2K says, go ahead and punch it in with Adams. Morgan and Yeboah. They are going for 2, guys. This is very peculiar, I think. I'm surprised. I would think they would just kick the extra point and just let the game end. Alex Barisha says, now go for 2. Again, Alex, I still think that this is surprising. I would have thought they'd just let the game roll out, but not the case. You can see the score on your screen, buddy. It says 31-29 at the top of my stream. So the Eagles are winning by 2 points. The Jets are about to go for 2 points right now after completing that Hail Mary. Yeah, that was pretty crazy. I'm glad I didn't end the stream because I'll be honest with you. The thought had crossed my mind. Okay, this will end the game if the Jets do not convert. If they do convert, it will be a tie game and we will go to overtime. Shotgun formation, Josh Adams to the left. It's a handoff to... It's a handoff to Adams, and it appears that he got the ball across the plane. It looks like the 2-point conversion is going to count, and we're going to overtime. This is why the NFL and football in general and sports are just so much fun, because it's never over till it's over. The clock didn't strike 0. Morgan completes a Hail Mary touchdown pass to Yeboah. And I'm trying to find out. It was a 49-yard Hail Mary touchdown pass. CD2K, he called the play, boys. Punch it in with Adams. Credit to you. You get a coin. Under review. Yeah. I know, R. I'm with you, dude. I'm kind of shocked. I'm surprised that they went for 2 to go to overtime. I would have figured they'd just let the game end. Does the game just end? Does it end like that in preseason? That might be a new rule that I'm not aware of. So they just end the game as a tie? Oh, they are. They're calling it final. There you go. That's something new. I haven't heard of that. So there you go. The New York Jets tie the Philadelphia Eagles 31-31. That was a lot of fun. No overtime. I'm good with that. That's a good rule by the NFL. That's something brand new. Yep, new rule. I didn't know that. Undefeated. All right. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the stream. Have a good night. Hope to see you Sunday night for the stream. Go Jets. See you guys next time. Word from my daughter. Peace out, guys.